The day of the Geechee is gone, boy. And you going with it.
Yeah, nigga. Immortal technique. Metaphysics. The bling bling era was cute, but it's about to be done. I'll leave you full of clips like the moon blocking the sun. My metaphors are dirty like herpes, but harder to catch. Like an escape tunnel in prison. I started from scratch, and now these parasites want 1% of my ass cap. Trying to control perspective like an acid flashback. But here's a quotable for every single record exec. Get your fucking hands out my pocket, nigga, like Malcolm X. But this ain't a movie, I'm not a fan or a groupie, and I'm not the type of cat you can afford to miss if you shoot me. Curse the heavens and laugh when the sky electrocutes me. Immortal technique stuck in your thoughts, darkening dreams. No one's as good as me, they just got better marketing schemes. I lead you to your own destruction like sparking a fiend. Cause you got jealousy in your voice like Starscream, and that's the primary reason that I hate y'all faggots. I've been nice since niggas got killed over 8-ball jackets and Reebok pumps that didn't do shit for the sneaker. I'm a heat seeker with features that'll reach through the speaker and murder counter revolutionaries personally. Break a thermometer and force feed his kids mercury. A&Rs tried jerking me, thinking they call shots. Offered me a deal and a blanket full of smallpox. You're all getting shot, you little fucking treacherous bitches. This is the business, and y'all ain't getting nothing for free. And if you devils play broke, then I'm taking your company. You could call it reparations or restitution. Lock and load, nigga. Industrial revolution. I want $53 million for my college stands, like the Bush administration gave to the Taliban. And fuck packing grams, nigga, learn to speak and behave. You wanna spend 20 years as a government slave? 2 million people in prison, keep the government paid. Stuck in a 6x8 cell, alive in a grave. I was made by revolution to speak to the masses. Deep in the club, toast the truth. Reach for your glasses, I'll burn an orphanage just to bring heat to you bastards. Innocent deep in the casket, Colombian fashion, intoxicated off the flow like Thug's passion. You motherfuckers will never get me to stop blasting. You better off asking Ariel Sharon for compassion. You better off begging for 20 points from a label. You better off battling cancer under telephone cables. Technique chemically unstable, set to explode. Foretold by the Dead Sea Scrolls, written in code. So if your message ain't shit, fuck the records you sold. Cause if you go platinum, it's got nothing to do with luck. It just means that 1 million people are stupid as fuck. Stuck in the underground, a general that rose to the limit. Without distribution managers, a dealer, a gimmick. Revolutionary Volume 2, murder the critics and leave your fucking body rotten for the roaches and crickets. This is the business, and y'all ain't getting nothing for free. And if you devils play broke, then I'm taking your company. You could call it reparations or restitution. Lock and load, nigga. Industrial revolution. Yeah. Testing.
Ayo. This is RTT in New York City. About to off another call on this day. Got Nigel Thunder building, Nigel Nicholson in the building, Raw Troops in the building, and of course myself, RTTI, New York City. That's why really quick to get on the record the fact that Thunder was calling in, so the TI he kept messing with the call earlier. They disconnected the call about 10 times back to back when Night of Thunder was trying to, call and stuff like that. This is what they do. This is the type of shit they like to do. There was sirens going off over at Raw Troops and in Cali. This is how you communicate to us. Bullshit. You know what I mean? The sirens. Just to let us know between us and them. You know what I mean? This is how it goes. All right. The first segment will be, of course, dropped by Nigel Nicholson. He got some stuff he'd like to add on to the record and whatever else he wants to go for, targeting and anything else. Free to put that on the record too. Nigel, you ready, bro?
Is that me or Neil?
You, man.
Listen, man. Did you get the video I sent you?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I did.
Did you watch it?
No, I didn't. I didn't have the chance to yet.
You gotta watch that video, bro. It's really telling. This is Dr. Peter Brennan, and he goes down the list of his, he started to talk about the stuff that the CIA and also the British government was doing because of non-consensual experimentation, and he lays out a lot of stuff, man. And you're going to be shocked, because I've never heard any other psychiatrist, not even Colin Ross, say the things that he is saying, right? And so it's a video that you really, really have to watch. Everybody should watch this video. All right, so in terms of my targeting, what's been going on? Man, heavy-duty targeting. One of the things is that, recently I spoke to you on the private call. Talking about how, like Pam started to believe me now, right? Now she's saying, I believe you and stuff like that. And she's saying, yeah, whenever, I look at the things that are happening to you and it seems like you're always having bad luck. And I'm like, it's not always bad luck though, you know what I'm saying? That's stuff's orchestrated. I said, I've been telling you this for years. I've played you messages in which I was receiving phone calls calling me the N-word. I've played audio from my talk show. People called me the N-word and all this stuff. And, I said, but you choose not to believe me. I said, I don't know why, but you choose not to believe me. So now you start to believe me. So I'm like, okay, well, why is she starting to believe me now? Why is she saying it to me now, right? So, I don't know for sure. But anyway, so being that she's still saying that, she's saying that she believed me. Friday, I didn't hear from her. I called her because he had some issues with her car that I need to go take care of and stuff. And then, she called me in the afternoon, she asked me to come pick her up from work. So I said, all right, fine, what have you. So again, when I talk about this in my videos a lot, where when they're using her to target me, whenever I go to her house, I go pick up my job, right, I'll see heavy police presence. So this is exactly what happened. And so the minute I drove off from the mechanic shop, I had the kids with me, driving to pick up, constant police presence, right? And then I get to her job now, and I'm double parked. All of a sudden, immediately, right, this agent come behind me, right?
Yo, hold on a second. They're fucking up the call again. Nigel, if you don't mind recapping real quick the last sentences you were saying, because they're fucking up the call again.
Yeah, okay. So I went to pick up, and like I said, on my way there, heavy police presence. So I get to her job, and immediately as I pulled up and I was waiting for her because she's coming right away, this ticket agent comes from behind, right? He comes from behind me, and then I'm there. I'm looking at my side mirror. I see him there. Then he drives up in front, okay, and then he walks back to me, and he was like, "What are you doing? You can't double park there." I said, "I'm waiting for somebody. They're coming right out. You can't double park there. Go park in the space up there." I'm like, okay, this is remember the video that I have on YouTube on that other ticket agent when I double parked, they let my son out and he gave me a ticket, yeah, right? Okay, so this is the same shit that they're doing again, not using these ticket agents, right? So except he didn't write me a ticket because I started driving And then Pam, she saw me, and then she got in the car, and I was telling her what happened and stuff like that, right? So immediately she got in the car, now she started talking to me, right? So again, this is the mind control technology that's being used here, and then, I started using it with my kids too, and then so anyway, we were supposed to go shopping on Saturday because I had the kids. I spent the weekend with her with the kids, and so I'm driving back to the house, again, same thing, police presence, what have you, and they started to rehash, some targeting that I've seen before. So I get to the house, I had called them before. I said, hey, what time do you want me to come? She was like, she'll be ready for 2. I said, well, give me till 2:30 because, Ethan got a bathe and stuff like that, and I got a bathe. Right? So I gave her an extra half an hour, and then when I got there, I gave her an extra 20 minutes. And she still, so when I got parked upstairs, she still wasn't ready. I walked in the house and she ran in her room. And I'm like, why are you running in your room? All of this stuff. So, it's like shit like this that they do, and what she does, that caused me to cause suspicion. So anyway, I told her, I said, we have things that go to her, you're acting. I don't think I should go shopping with you. You should go by yourself. So she's like, okay, well, so anyway, we got this argument and shit like that, and because again, like I tell her, I said, you're always freaking late. I said, it gets to a point where it gets frustrated where I have to constantly be waiting on you, even when I give you extra time. I give you an extra 40 minutes, and you still not ready. So, we got the little argument there, what have you, and I was like, what, fuck it, man. I was like, whatever. I was like, I'm not dealing with this shit, because again, I'm not recognizing as being targeted and stuff like that. So I just grabbed the rest of my shit, and I just left. You know what I'm saying? And came home. So, this is what they do, right? So then I got in the house now, and then my nephew's daughter, she sits in the kitchen. She sees me, and she's doing the victory sign, the peace sign, and then she takes her middle finger, and then she placed it across her nose, right? So I'm like, okay, I see me talking. So I respond to that shit, you know what I'm saying? And then this morning, she was in the kitchen sitting down, and I walked into the kitchen, and she was sticking her thumb out at me, right? So I'm like, all right, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So, they're playing whatever. But anyway, last night I was on Facebook, and I was digging in their ass. I was doing research, I was pulling shit up. That's why I got that video with Dr. Peter Brandon, talking about a lot of the shit that these motherfuckers were doing. Shit that, we didn't even know about. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he kept it all the way real. He kept that shit so real that literally my mouth dropped to the floor, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like astounded by what I was hearing, what he was actually saying. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, damn. So, I sent the link to RT, hoping that, you watch that shit because, man, I'm telling you, it is unbelievable. What's taking place, and I was like, we knew that shit, but we never heard a psychiatrist talk about this stuff the way he did. I mean, like I said, he kept it real. He specifically talks about it being done to black people, particularly those who are trying to be leaders in the community to make things better for the black community, and how they have been set up and used and psychologically manipulated and experimented on psychologically, all that shit. I'm telling you, man, I was like, wow, I was like really, really shocked, man. I was like, shit. I'm like, and he talks about how he went to this meeting with these psychiatrists, right, from the APA and the APA again, and he was like, he said he took a tape recorder with him and he recorded the whole thing, and while he was there, they were threatening him because, they knew that he was, exposing the shit that they were doing, right? And they were literally like, he said that they threatened me and all this stuff, and I was like, wow. He said, if I didn't have the tape recorder, he said, when I left that day, he said about a couple of days later, he got a call from the APA saying that he was being investigated and shit like that, and they literally was trying to take away his career. You know what I'm saying? That was literally trying to take away his career. But he was like, because I had the recording, I went to a lawyer. He said I also went to one of those civil liberties groups and stuff like that, and and he said that they filed a lawsuit in my name for me. And so I was like, wow, man. I was like, shit, that video, it was crazy, man. But anyway, let's see what I want to talk about today, because I think I had some links, and let me see. I got to get to these here. All right. So like I said, I was just doing tons and tons of research and stuff like that, and trying to find out a lot of this stuff, some more information and stuff on what's really happening. And but hey, man, at least people, I think these people now are waking up, and it's still not enough. More people really do need to wake up a lot more. You know what I'm saying? So here is an article from Finance Yahoo, and this is written February 12, 2016. It says NYPD has been spying on phones since 2008, which we know is they've been spying on people's phones for way longer than that, not just 2008, right? So it says in the nearly 2 years since the death of unarmed black teenager Michael Brown at the hands of a white policeman in Ferguson, Missouri, the climate between those meant to protect and the people they meant to serve has grown stormy. Whereas the sight of a gun and a badge may once elicit feelings of safety, recent events have created something of a rift between law enforcement officers and civilians, with anti-police sentiment often grabbing headlines. In an attempt to better understand our feeling towards police, Security Farm Protection One analyzed over 1.2 million tweets to determine where in the U.S. individuals approve or disapprove of law enforcement the most. Since 2014, there have been a number of high-profile incidents involving unarmed citizens, often of color, who became victims of what many perceive as unnecessary and excessive force. One of the most prominent negative sentiments dipped in terms of police-related tweets occurred in 2014 following the death of Michael Brown. Sentiments dropped again in 2015 when Freddie Gray died of a spinal cord injury following his arrest. A few months later, anger flared again when Sandra Barnes was arrested and subsequently found dead in her jail cell 3 days later, and when Ohio resident Samuel DeBoer was killed by an officer during a traffic stop. Twitter took up its arm once more. Interestingly, the study notes when there exists more discussion around police on Twitter, the sentiments tend to be more negative. This is likely due to the fact that police-related tweets spiked following killings involving law enforcement. Though generally speaking, Twitter seems to stay away from the subject of police brutality indeed. Since the boys, little has been said about police on social media, the sentiments have remained relatively positive. Yeah, because Twitter is, they're censoring people's tweets now, you know what I'm saying? And this is what they're doing, right? So, in terms of geographic interest, Maryland, Louisiana, Texas, and Ohio tweet most frequently about the police. This is unsurprising given the location of many police-involved tragedies. Maryland and Ohio saw the death of Freddie Gray and Samuel DeBoer, respectively, while Texas saw the death of Sandra Blount. Curiously enough, men seem far more vocal about police on Twitter than women, tweeting twice as frequently as their female counterparts. And when it comes to how people in America's 10 biggest cities feel about the police, opinions are split down the middle. While Chicago, Houston, Phoenix seem to feel the most negative about police, Dallas, San Antonio, and San Jose appear relatively positive. Ultimately, it seems this rather delicate subject keeps the nation relatively divided, even on social media. Okay? The New York City Police Department is spying on cell phones with military-grade equipment called Stingrays, and has done so more than 1,000 times since 2008, according to a new report from the New York City Civil Liberties Union. Stingray can track location, collect the phone data you have been texting and calling, mimic cell towers, and the civil rights groups claim that technology can also intercept the content of those communications. The New York ACLU also asserts that Stingray can grab information from bystander's cell phone when law enforcement targets a specific one. the equipment doesn't require the involvement of carriers, and the NYPD confirmed that it has not had any correspondence with any carrier network. The NYPD used Stingray 1,016 times between May 2008 and 2015, and rather than getting warrants for these actions, Stingray use has largely been approved by pen registered order. A lower court order that not as protective as a warrant, according to the New York ACLU. To get one of these orders, the NYPD only need to establish that the use of the information will be relevant to an ongoing investigation. This information comes from the Freedom of Information Law request made by the NYCLU in 2015. The NYPD told Digital Trend that it used the technology only after establishing probable cause, consulting with an attorney, and applying for a court order. The NYPD did confirm that it may use Stingray in emergency situations, such as if someone's life is at risk, while it seeks judicial approval. The NYCLU maintained that the privacy of New Yorkers is at risk. Is it not? It is at risk. What is at risk is the safety of New Yorkers. Without the limited use of this technology, the local dangerous fugitive, says J. Peter Donald, Director of Communication for the NYPD. The NYPD does not capture the content of communication, as the ACLU stated. Furthermore, the NYPD does not and never have swept up information from cell phones nearby. Perhaps the ACLU should check the facts. Should fact check their press release before issuing it. And again, we all know this shit is a lie, because the FBI was doing the same shit when they get caught. They found out, and the CIA, and they found out that they were actually, receiving the content of those phone calls, listening on and recorded the cell phone conversation.
That's not
okay. Yes. Yeah. Yep. Okay. And then also it has a related report that shows evidence of phone spying tech being used in London also. So there you go, Knight. You know what I'm saying? Well, it depends on the model used. Stingray, the technical term is IMSI catcher for international mobile subscriber identity, can indeed record voice and message data as they travel through the area. So you see, they can record voice, right? According to various privacy groups. The NYCLU has yet to respond to Digital Trend, but we will update this post when we do. While the Department of Justice has been allowing the use of Stingray with pen register order, last year it announced that it was abandoning the policy except for emergency situations. So you see, when they get caught, right? When they get caught, then they claim to abandon the policy by only use it for emergency situation. But believe me, the technology is still being used. It's just that they have gone dark, like really dark, right? So they will have to be very careful when they use the technology and go to court, and they will have to try to circumvent some. So they will have to they will try to circumvent, right, certain things to say, okay, well, this is how we got evidence, right? But they're not going to tell you that, we used the Stingray, and we heard somebody talking about something illegal, and that's what we decided to investigate and what happened. They're not going to say that. They're going to get some informant, because we all know, like I said, we all know that there are people out there who make a living as informant, and they're lying, and the officers know that, because the officers, again, are part of it, right, in terms of just trying to, pick somebody who they, for whatever reason, and charge them with a crime that they commit, and then have the informant lie about it, right? So, where was I here? Okay, so as a matter of policy, law enforcement agency must not obtain a search warrant supported by probable cause and issue pursuant to Rule 41 of the Federal Rule of Criminal Procedure, according to the Department of Justice policy guidelines. It is not all surprising, as the NYCLU released record last year showing that Erie County Sheriff Office using Stingray without judicial review. So again, even though they said it as it's another matter of policy that they will need a judicial review, they're still using it, right? Contradicting statements made by the sheriff. New York State Police spent upwards of $197,000 right, for this equipment, the NYCIU also found last year. And then also this is related if things this is FBI admit using zero-day exploit without a warrant. You know what I'm saying? So these people will always circumvent whatever it is that they feel like they need to do, right? And basically break the law, but then they'll arrest you for breaking the law. So in December of 2015, the FBI admit using Stingray to catch suspects, and the American Civil Liberties Union found 59 agencies in 22 states and the District of Columbia that own the devices. Because many agencies continue to shroud their purchase and use the Stingray in secrecy, this map dramatically underrepresentation. This map underrepresents the actual use of Stingray by law enforcement agencies nationwide. The ACLU website notes. In fact, the use of Stingray by law enforcement agencies extend outside the U.S. to cities such as London. Sky News found last year. While the NYPD has been subject of using this technology before, the ACLU point out that this report is the first time the extent of Stingray used by the NYPD has been made public. Okay? And again, this is from 2016, so they've been using this shit. They talk about they're using this stuff 2008. They've been using this stuff since since cell phone became more popular from its first inception, right? So they had the technologies to do that because my target, they were doing this shit to me in 2002. Okay, and I noticed doing this shit to me in 2002. Okay, so sometimes these stories they only give you half the truth because again that's what they've been told. But if they do any type of research, they will see that this technology have been available to the military for a long time. And let's see, another we want to talk about is NYPD police officers, right, go into Israel to train in counterterrorism, right, and also spying. You know what I'm saying? And so, many of you may not know, but the New York City Police Department, have been called the baby CIA. Okay? And the reason why they've been called the baby CIA because the CIA involvement within the NYPD in terms of, having agents embedded within the NYPD, teaching them psychological operations, also increasing their funding, right, to which they can purchase these type of technology, type of spy technology, right? And so, it is something that people need to be aware of because this is ridiculous. And this is an article from The Guardian, and this was written in 2013. Okay, it says civil liberties groups. Let me get the headline. It says fresh question for NYPD as CIA collaboration revealed in new report. Civil liberties group expressed concern over deeply troubling report that sets out surveillance of New Yorkers since 9/11. Campaigning for greater accountability at New York powerful police force has seized on a report that details for the first time the extent of the collaboration between the CIA and the NYPD in the years after 9/11. The former classified Inspector General report also raises new questions over whether the spy agency's partnership with the nation's largest police department amounts to unofficial cover for CIA officers to operate in the U.S. in ways that could otherwise be deemed unlawful. The 12-page document, first described in the New York Times article published on Wednesday night, contained the December 2011 finding of an investigation into the CIA training and support of the NYPD that includes embedded full officers in the department in the decades following the September 11th attack. According to the report, one of the individuals engaged in surveillance operation on U.S. soil and believed there were no limitations on his activities. The report also The report said another officer was given unfiltered access to police report that had nothing to do with foreign intelligence. The partnership led to irregular personnel practice, devoid of formal documentation in some important instances. CIA Inspector David Buckley found, while the review found no agency employees in violation of the law, Buckley determined an insufficient basis to merit a full investigation. I mean, of course they will. I mean, you're asking them to investigate themselves. Okay, I mean, come on. You know, that's how stupid is that? You need an outside agency to investigate this shit. But this is what they do, and this is how they get away with this shit and cover their asses, right? Because they are allowed to investigate themselves, which is, to me, asinine. And anybody with some intelligence will understand that you don't let these people investigate themselves, because they will clear themselves of any wrongdoing. Okay? Into the partnership, the Inspector General said the risks associated with the agency relationship with the NYPD were not fully considered, and that there was inadequate direction and control by the agency managers responsible for the relationship. The inquiry was prompted by a Pulitzer Prize-winning series of investigative stories by the Associated Press into the NYPD Intelligence Division. David Cohen, a veteran CIA officer with no police experience, was the architect of the NYPD spy program and remains the Department Deputy Commissioner for Intelligence. The AP found that under Cohen and Commissioner Ray Kelly, the Intelligence Division targeted more than 250 mosques along the East Coast, infiltrated student groups, and mapped Muslim neighborhoods for surveillance. The NYPD has steadfastly defended its effort, arguing that its counterterrorism operation has stopped 14 terrorist plots since 2001. Although that claim has been contested in many cases of almost every alleged plot, we're proud of our relationship with the CIA and its trained NYPD spokesman Paul Brown told the New York Times. Terrorists keep coming, and we keep pushing them back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, these people would make any type of lies and excuses as to, you know, saying that they stopped, you know, X amount of, because it's all lies. It's the same thing what happened with Rikers Island, right? When they hired this private firm to curb the violence, what did they do? They lied. They lied and said violence was down and all this stuff. You know, they got paid millions and millions of dollars, okay? And all this is about corporations, right, creating new means of revenue sharing, okay? Because corporations that does things like this, they go to the state, to cities and say, hey, you know, we can curb the violence within your prison system. And it is a multi-billion-dollar industry, okay? And they lie. They lied. From the warden of the prison, they lied. I think I talked about this one of the calls. I'm not quite sure, you know. But yeah, this is what they do. Okay. So I'm not going to continue to read on this because again, it's like, I mean, you guys get the picture and get the idea of what's going on, right? So when we talk about, especially when I talk about being targeted by the NYPD and how they have me under surveillance 24/7, you know, this is to tell you, yeah. When I say they engage in psyops, this is exactly what they're doing, right? This is exactly what they are doing, all right? And we should not just sit around and just say, okay, you know, I'll ignore it. You know what I'm saying? We can't sit around and just ignore it thinking that it doesn't affect us. I'm not talking about us as TIs, but others who will be listening to the call who are not TIs, thinking that it doesn't affect them, because eventually it will. All right? All right, so here's another one. We're talking about, again, how this is how Israel became a hub for surveillance technology, okay? And it talks about the Murrah Group evolution from cutting metal to electronic snooping reflects a larger shift in Israel economy. Technology, one of the main sector in Israel industry, and Israel firms with ties to intelligence like the Murrah Group are using their expertise to market themselves internationally. The company CEO, Neil Lampert, is a 22-year veteran of Unit 8200, the Israeli intelligence unit, often compared to the National Security Agency, and is chairman of the unit's alumni association. The Murrah Group's ties to Unit 8200 are hardly unique in Israel, where the cyber sector has become an integral aspect of the Israeli economy, exporting $6 billion worth of products and services in 2014. So not also that thing, but we also know that the NYPD officers actually travel to Israel, not just for training, counter-terrorist training and psychological operation training, but to also purchase spying technology. Okay? Again, these people, they do whatever they want to do. Their police department. I understand in the year, for the 9/11 year, you might want to train, your officers and find some type of counter-terrorist thing, but you also have to have a counter-terrorist unit, right? And again, you're not supposed to be partnering with the CIA because it's the CIA job, and it's for international type of espionage, type of security stuff, right? So they're not supposed to be operating within the United States. That's the Department of Justice and the FBI territory, right? And but again, they do these things and they know it's illegal, but they still do it anyway. And then they get caught, and then they say, okay, well, we're not going to do this anymore. We're going to look at the program. We're going to change things, and we're going to investigate ourselves. And hey, guess what? He found nothing wrong. So yeah, there you go. And the shit just goes away, right? And that's the sad part, is that people don't recognize and understand how they're being conditioned to just turn the other cheek, to look away. Okay, there is no collective outrage when it comes to these things. All right, and and it's really, really ridiculous. So we just have to continue to talk on these shows and make people aware, so that when they do listen, they have some sort of knowledge base to say, hey, I need to go look at this stuff too and really find out what's going on, because this is frightening, right? And here's the final. Okay, there's an article from Salon which is called "The 9 Terrifying Facts About America's Largest Police Force," which is the NYPD, but I'm not going to get into this. I do want to talk about this though, right? So this is something I posted on Facebook, right? This is NYPD whistleblower Adrian Schoolcraft settles a suit for $600,000, right? And I said they will call you crazy and throw you in a mental institution, a hospital, for speaking the truth, which is that's what they do, right? The NYPD, they even do it to their own officers, right? Who complain about discrimination and stuff like that. Say they try to use the psychiatric labeling, right, on them. And so, it's kind of like, ridiculous. But anyway, let me just read the article here. So, a controversial cop who said he was thrown in a psych ward for blowing the whistle on a quota system in the NYPD settled his case Tuesday for $600,000. Let me just say this. This guy here, Adrian Schoolcraft, he's a hero, right? He's a hero. And make no mistake about it, right? Because he spoke up and he said something because injustices were being done. Wrong was being done within the NYPD. And while a lot of the officers looked away, okay, he just said, no, this is not right, and I'm going to do something about it. All right? So he's a hero. I don't care what nobody said. He is a hero. Right? So it says a controversial cop who, I read that already. Okay, so Agent Schoolcraft had sued the city for a whopping $50 million in 2010 for his alleged unlawful detention at Jamaica Hospital. He said his brothers in blue waged a campaign of harassment against him after he blew the whistle on cops using arrest quarters and fudging crime stats at the 81st precinct covering Bedford-Stuyvesant, Brooklyn. Schoolcraft claimed against the hospital and the 2 doctors still stand. The case is to go to trial on October 19th, though that schedule could change in light of the deal. The settlement includes back pay and benefits from October 31st, 2009, the date Schoolcraft was called to Jamaica Hospital, through the end of 2015, file and show. The source said the back pay and benefits will make Schoolcraft's settlement in excess of $1 million, and that is highly likely he will remain No, he will retire from the force. He remains suspended without pay. Okay, so this is what they did to this guy. He's suspended without pay, man, I'm telling you. So that's why a lot of these police officers don't want to come forward. But I say, you know what, screw that. Come forward. They can't fire all of you guys. And if they do, come together and sue the pants off of the NYPD. You know what I'm saying? So, Schoolcraft said his own brothers in blue barged into his queen's home. He barged into his home, right? And declared him an emotionally disturbed person on Halloween 2009 because he blew the whistle. So check this out. As I said, they barged into this guy's home, said, hey, you're emotionally disturbed, man. Let me take you to the hospital. You need to be locked up, right? Okay? I mean, this shit it's unbelievable, right? It's like when I went to the police department, I said, hey, this is happening. They're like, you need to go seek professional help. You ain't gonna listen to me. It's like, you need to go seek professional help. And they just turn me away, right? So this is what they did, okay? The alleged architect of his detention was Stephen Muriello, his commanding officer at the 81st Precinct, who is now a deputy inspector. Okay, so these motherfuckers keep promoted and promoted, right? Muriello attorney Walter Kurtz, his client, wasn't happy about the settlement because he wanted the whole story to be told at trial. Schoolcraft secretly recorded Muriello during discussing crime stats. He's disappointed, but he accepts the city decision, Kurtz said. I don't think the real story of what happened here has ever been told. The tapes have been misconstrued. He can defend everything he said on there. Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. even in the face of all this shit, these motherfuckers are still, make up whatever it is that they want to make up just to justify the fact that they were, that what they done was highly illegal, right?
Yeah, the favorite gimmicks when they go is to keep people safe. That's what they're saying.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, so Mariella just looked forward to continue what was a promising career before Schoolcraft interfered. So because he's been with me for his career, Mariella is now stationed in Bronx Transit. Department charges against Mariella for manipulating crime statistics at the 81st Precinct are still pending. 5 years later, after they were first reported by the Daily News. Okay, recent files have indicated the trial could be a brutal one in which the city assails Schoolcraft's credibility by attacking his father, among other tactics. Schoolcraft attorney Nate Smith declined to comment, citing the ongoing case against Jamaica Hospital. We are pleased that we are able to reach a just and fair resolution of this dispute with Adrian Schoolcraft, a city law. I hope that shit pops up. Okay, a city law department spokesman said the settlement should not be construed as an admission that the city or any city employee engaged in wrongdoing. We believe the settlement is for the best interest of the city. Like this shit like this is what I don't understand. You know what I'm saying? When the city fork over $100,000, sometimes millions of dollars, but yet they'll say, the city does not mean that the city bears any responsibility, all this shit, right? I mean, because they think this money is going to, throw money at the problem and go away, I mean, that's the mentality there, man. And so, again, just to show what these people would do, exactly what's going on within the NYPD and the reason why, and not just NYPD, but I'm sure, Los Angeles, California is the same shit, okay? That, these people, when we think of law enforcement officers, they're no longer law enforcement officers. They're basically counterintelligence, spy, network and all this shit that's going on within, in NYPD. It shouldn't be, I mean, and that's the thing about it too, because they've been able to run freely and commit all sorts of atrocities, all sorts of crimes, not just against us TIs, but against other people as well. Okay, and there's no accountability.
Secret police division.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I mean that's about it. That's all I wanted to read. Well, also, RT, if you can put the link to the video in the description of the call, that'd be great too. Maybe stepped away.
Yeah, they've been messing with the call the whole time. Pretty much tonight. I got cut off about 8 times trying to get in earlier on. Probably muted him or put him off. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be.
It's on the, no, cause it's cut out altogether. His phone was cut off. No raw truth was on
Yeah.
there. Raw truth, yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here, man. Yo, Night, man, if you don't mind getting into your the targeting for what you've been going through and break it down in detail, man, so I can get it on the record. I'd be appreciated. Whatever you want.
Mainly it's been kind of directed energy, at least tonight. Been getting headaches, and I noticed my headache increased just before I phoned RT up. So, in real time, basically increasing the attacks. There's also been the psychological stuff. I'll mention this as well. They hacked my computer. In the time that I was unable to upload to YouTube, they basically did something to my laptop where I'd press a single key on the keyboard and 2 letters had come up. So I guess they thought, I wouldn't be able to log on. Even did it on the logon screen. So basically I had to use the on-screen keyboard to log into the laptop. Also, yesterday I was trying to record a video on the laptop, and the actual volume level on the video player was going down, like it was being pulled down. So I think whatever they've done, they probably allowed them to have remote access to my laptop. So I put the laptop in my EMF canopy. Worked after that. It stopped happening. So I was like, they're hacking it remotely with, probably they put something which makes it look like the Wi-Fi is off on the computer, but it's actually turned on. So they're able to hack the computer remotely. Do that. Yeah. Still a bit of targeting from my family on my mother's side, doing the coughing and stuff. And not quite as blatant as it has been, but apart from that, they've been doing the sirens, they've been honking when I do certain things, even when I think certain things.
Yeah, because you know what, they have you on the heavy remote monitor, man. That's what they did there. They're trying to deter you from thinking something that they feel, like they don't want you to think about. Like I remember for me, when every time I would read a quote from Malcolm X, or whenever time I would, something would come up on, like the word, like let's say I'm reading something, right, and then the word revolution comes up, it would be like, I'll hear a siren, right? Anything that has to do with upliftment, anything like that, I would hear a siren. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, they've done that with me a little bit, but what they've been doing recently is they're messing with my MP3 player. But when a song comes on that I like, I'm thinking in my head, that's a good song. Boom, it'll cut out. And they'll basically cut out. So it's been getting so bad with that I've been having to listen to that inside this EMF canopy as well. It's basically they're able to make the, jam it and make it cut out. Yeah, they were doing that. And I've noticed that a lot of the times when it happens, it's when I'm enjoying a song, so they're probably seeing on the remote monitoring that I'm liking the song, and then they'll cut it out as a way to annoy me, or try and take away that
feeling of joy. Yeah, that's a positive feeling of joy and excitement and stuff like that. This is, it's all about trying to keep you in this That's your state of sadness, right?
Negative state and just like getting frustrated and getting pissed off and that.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. What I don't understand is why they didn't just take out my laptop completely. I guess maybe that was the same idea. They just wanted me to be pissed off about it, but it didn't really piss me off. I was like, okay, how am I going to solve this? And I just basically had to use the screen. I'm just going to reinstall the operating system.
Yeah.
I think that's the safest thing because it's probably been completely rewritten and compromised. So I think clean slate for the operating system is the best option. When I've backed all my files up,
back up all your files. And on your, do you have an SSD on your laptop?
Yeah. It's a newish lap, so I think it's SSD. Yeah.
Okay, good. You can also buy when you do all of that, right? Get a portable hard drive. Back up all your stuff with a portable hard drive, and then do a complete reinstall.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's better to just have it completely reinstalled with a fresh download because basically they probably put some code in there that when I copy, if I did have it where I could get it off a drive, it would probably be compromised on that as well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just installing the thing from scratch is probably the safest option with that. So they tried that. I guess before, because I couldn't upload, because I got another bogus strike for... I got it over... I don't know. It was just a video, some video I put up and it got yeah, it was a video from 3 years ago that I got a strike for hate speech from YouTube, so I was unable to, because the second strike, I was unable to upload for 2 weeks. I had 2 weeks basically where I couldn't upload on YouTube. They took the opportunity to basically mess with me and try and target me very heavily, but I recorded a lot of recorded everything they did, so there's a load of videos that are going to go up. But yeah, I was uploading on another site as well. But yeah, they thought they'd give them a bit of time to target me and they wouldn't be exposed, but still going to be exposed. What they're doing. YouTube are on some serious censorship right now. I mean, especially with the coronavirus. If you search coronavirus, you won't find any leaked footage. You'll only find the official news sources of that. So YouTube, the new algorithms and stuff they're implementing, they're designed to censor things and keep contain, I guess, movements and contain information. For example, today, I was getting someone asking me, can you send me your BidTuber account, which is basically the alternative to YouTube I've been using, and every time I posted the link, it was basically being ghosted. I'd refresh the page and it wouldn't be there. So I had to basically comment and send, that's what I did. I edited the description of the video, put the link to the website in there, then contacted him because I figured maybe it's an algorithm they've got that is designed to remove any links that I post. So it detects a web link, then it's gone, ghosted. So I just put the link in the description of the video and then just commented on him, and the comment I sent to him without the link stayed. That tells me that someone had basically programmed the algorithm to basically delete any link, which makes sense because I've been posting links to certain things and exposing their shit. For example, Amazon, they've been censoring me because I've been exposing this shit through there. When I got some razor wire for stopping these perps getting into my yard. And I left on the review, you know, this is just to stop the gang stalking and all this, to keep them out, because I've been, you know, so they basically, now when I leave a review on Amazon, it doesn't show up. I've refreshed the page and looked, and it's not there. So I'm like, why is this all of a sudden? Because it was coming up before, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's because I left a review, you know, exposing this. So they've been sneaky enough to shadow ban me from reviewing on Amazon because it was exposing their shit, indirectly exposing their shit. They're very sneaky with trying to keep this shit under wraps, but I'm gonna be. That's good though, because it must mean they're worried. Must be getting worried about this guy now, because I think, you know, a lot of people are becoming more aware of this program. I've noticed my video views increased quite a lot.
Yeah.
I think, you know, there's more people starting to find out about this, because I tried to basically post on, not necessarily exposing it, but I'll post on different genres of videos so that people might click on my profile out of curiosity, and then they'll discover my videos, you know what I mean? So that the everyday person might learn about the program. I think that's helping as well. You know, the people that, oh, what's targeting? What's this about? You know, and if they see my video, it says, you know, UK government PSYOP program, people are like, oh shit, what's this? You know, they'll learn about it and whatnot.
Yeah. Yo, Knight, if you don't mind me asking, man. Yo, the thing that you were telling me before, man, what was going down first and foremost with YouTube, that you said that you wanted to get that on the record with the hate speech, how they said that they used hate speech. That first video that goes back 3 years and change ago, that they used against you to give you that second strike and take your channel down for like 2 weeks or so. Can you explain like more or less what happened there? Like, how did that go about? How did they do that?
Right, so the first time it happened, well, I got a strike for exposing a perp, but I'll skip that. I'll just skip to the hate speech. But the first strike I got for hate speech was for exposing this stabbing on London Bridge as fake. And it wasn't my video, but I saw a video on YouTube showing the guy who was supposedly shot dead sitting up. You know, if you watch WWE or WWF, how The Undertaker sits up, you know, when he's pretending to be dead, it was just like that. And someone had, you know, I guess as a joke, put The Undertaker, the dong noise that happens when he sits up, when he sat up. And the video, basically, you could hear a woman in the background saying, this is basically what, it's on my BitTuber channel, so you could watch it on that, but they basically shadow ban me. Like, if you search my name on that, it won't show up, so only a direct link would work. But basically, you hear a woman in the background going, oh, that's why they shot him, and all this shit. And then the guy basically sits up and she's like, oh my god, like that, you know what I mean, in the video. That video was immediately scrubbed from YouTube. I downloaded it, luckily. In fact, I might be the only person with a copy of it online, because you won't find this video anywhere. So I downloaded that video and uploaded it on my channel. It was up for about 20 minutes. Immediately I got a warning from YouTube, basically saying, we think this video is hate speech, blah blah blah. Not a strike, but a warning. So I was like, okay. Took the video down, and I basically did another video explaining how this video is not hate speech. Didn't like that. I got took down after about 10 minutes. I get a strike for hate speech. Alright? Now that video, there was other people on YouTube who had the same video. I believe it was an American guy, I don't know the name, who uploaded this video first. And it was starting to spread like wildfire over YouTube. But it's completely gone now. You know, they pretty much scrubbed it from the internet. So after that, I did a video basically exposing how they were using the themes of heart attacks, strokes, and depression and shit like that, and bringing it up. I did a video basically exposing how they were doing it and how they were trying to target me with that. And that was getting a lot of views. That got about, in 2 or 3 days, it got about 150, 130 views. So when that happened, it's not gonna work. So a day or two after that,
You know.
shit,
Yeah.
is that your end?
That's my end, yeah.
You know, fuck this, man. So, yeah, a day or two after that video, I got another strike for hate speech for a video I uploaded in 2017. This was a rant where I was, you know, attacking the perps heavily, like calling them all kinds of shit, you know what I mean? So I guess they didn't like that. So they gave me a strike for that. Took the video down. Hate speech again. But I say the word faggot in that, you know, but I wasn't directly bashing gays, and I got angry and I said some shit like, oh, these motherfuckers are going to get killed and all this, but then I backtrack on the video saying I don't mean it, you know, I'm just pissed off. And I guess they used the fact I said that, you know, someone's going to get killed as like an excuse to take my video down, even though I backtracked and said I don't mean it, I'm just pissed off.
Yeah.
You know, I clearly say in the video that if you listen to it and that, I guess they thought, oh, this is an edgy video, we'll use this as an excuse to give him a strike. So they gave me a strike, and I was banned from uploading, because I've still got the other strike, the one from November, which expires this month, but late this month. This latest strike expires April or some stupid shit like that, you know, months from now. So, sorry if you hear background noise, it's raining heavy. But yeah, basically, that happened, so I wasn't able to upload for 2 weeks. You know. And like my channel is one more strike and it's gone, basically. You know, everything's backed up, but one more strike and it's going to be deleted pretty much.
That's some bullshit, man. That's some serious BS.
Yep, censorship, communist style censorship. That's how we do in China.
Yeah. Well, I always say that these so-called democratic countries, you know, people believing that they're free. They're not free. You know, they're not free at all.
No, it's just an illusion, and it gets more.
Exactly.
Like more of the illusion gets torn down every day. So it's like gradually they're showing you what's really going on.
Yeah.
By the time people are aware, it's like it's too late. Well, for most people, but it seems to be gradually. You know, we're moving towards one world. Well, I hope it never comes to fruition, but they want us to move to like a one world, United Nations run police state, authoritarian type government. Yeah, it's just getting more in your face every day, you know, with the censorship, the restrictions of your freedom of speech.
Yeah.
It's really, the last 2 years, it's really accelerated. The last 2 years, they've really tried to clamp down on freedom of speech. The excuse is labeling it as hate speech or fake news. Those are the two terms they like to use, are fake news or hate speech. Sorry, go on.
Pardon. No, I didn't even realize that, you know, he was talking still, but
Nice.
I was definitely through this whole censorship that they've been hitting us with hardcore, you know what I mean? You can tell that shit is definitely off the hook. these motherfuckers is definitely hitting people hard, especially targeted individual channels and other truth channels.
Yeah, it's not just us though. Now they're aiming for anyone that's basically got a dissenting view.
Yeah,
they've been attacking like channels that are, basically alternate media or an alternate opinions on films or.
But I'm just first. That's the examples. You know what I'm saying? When the start first and the truth is, and then everyone else. Like that's what they've been, from what I noticed. And,
yeah, I just thought the messing with your voice is coming in and out.
Oh, that's probably them.
It is them, man. They did it as soon as you started recording. They started doing that. I tried to tell you, but I don't hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were messing with it then, and it was
It's still
like,
messing with it now?
yeah, like it putting in and out thing. It was doing that.
What about now?
Still doing it a bit. I can make out most of what you're saying, but it's cutting in and out somewhat.
Okay. Basically, what that the whole thing with them doing what they've done with the they started with us, and they used us example targeted individual channels and truth to channels. Then they worked away with everybody else. I agree with that. And now everyone who talks against the status quo is
that's it. I mean, they're going to expand it, isn't it? It's going to. What we're going through is we're the prototypes for what they want everyone to have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they want everyone to be surveilled like us, to be controlled like us. Well, we're not controlled, but you know what I mean? Like to try and subject everyone to this level of control and intrusion of privacy and this advanced technology. It's like they want, that's what they want, you know what I mean? They'll want everyone to think how they want them to think. They'll want no dissenting opinions, no alternate views. It's like channels.
They don't want inside men either, and that's because it's a protocol they're doing. And then when one person gets sick of the protocol, they want to make sure no one's like going against them,
Yeah, they just want you to basically go with their agenda, and if you don't, then take your voice, or they can't at the minute arrest you like in China, but they'll censor you instead, or they'll shadow ban you, restrict your views, try and contain you. You know what I mean? That's what they're trying to do on the social media nowadays. Like they'll try and contain you, or suppress you and stuff like that. Yeah, not gonna work. It's just a sign of them getting desperate. They must be getting desperate. I think they know that people are catching on to the shit they're doing. They're catching on that they're not of the democratic society. And it's not really, President Trump doesn't have any fucking power. Who does have the power is all these massive corporations, the secret societies and all that, and mostly like the big corporations and the banks, all this stuff, Trump, to me, he's just a puppet on a string, you know what I mean? He doesn't have the power, he's just doing what he's told, I think. I reckon if he went against, look at JFK, if they go against what they're supposed to be doing, and they'll
assassinate you.
Yeah. They'll pretty much do that. So
now they don't even have to assassinate you. Now they can use the technology to basically change your mind for you. Okay? Yeah. You thinking that it's your own mind, you're changing your own mind, but no, these people are changing your mind for you, and you don't even realize that. Okay? See, that's the shit there, man. The fact that they can change a person's mind. If a person have a revolutionary mind and want to change the system, you know what I'm saying? They can use the technology. But the thing is that awareness is key. So once you become aware of the stuff, maybe then they'll probably try to assassinate you, because then they know that you know what's going on. So, you're not going to deter, no matter what your mind is saying. You're not going to be deterred, from it. So
Yeah, if you didn't like what I said, then I just heard like a load of motorbikes revving. Then.
Yeah.
You know, they're like the lengths they go to let you know, but all they're doing is letting me know that what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly.
The idea is to be like, hey, stop this shit, you know, stop talking about this shit, but, you know, it's like a non-verbal rebuttal, but all it's doing is letting me know, you know, I go harder on them. When I know something is pissing them off, I go harder and, you know, carry on exposing it. They're just, all they're doing is letting me know the pressure points to push that is getting to them.
Yeah.
So, I don't know why they do it. I don't know why they I guess the field manual tells them to do it, but, you know, I just heard like this, like that.
Yo, pardon me. Yo, Raw True 7, man, I know you haven't really spoken much, man. I'd like to address certain things that I wanted to ask you as well, man. How you been doing out there? What's the latest with you? You know, what's the scenario with that directed energy weapon attack on your feet and ankles and shit? And has that happened again? And also, because you said they were hitting your back area and shit? I'm not sure.
Oh, man, it's all and the inside of my elbow, you know, like where, like, your main vein where they draw blood or for IV. Like, that shit is, like, busting out with, like, high-tech things, you know, but it's a directed energy weapon because it's starting to, it has a white tip at first, and it's supposed to, like, mimic, like, a bug bite, but it's not a bug bite. I don't know what a bug bite looks like. I've had it before, you know, and I wash my clothes regularly, take showers regularly, you know, wash my feet, you know, and my back is, like, all lit up. My inside of my elbow is all lit up. It feels like a sunburn, literally. It hurts a lot. I mean, it used to itch, but it don't itch anymore, so it recently just happened, you know. And I'm kind of scared to actually go to the doctor and ask them about it because, you know, after watching that video that Nigel turned me on to, it's like they can just do anything and say whatever, you know, and then just give you some antibiotics or some pills or, take this or take that. It's experimental because we're on the universal health care right now, you know. I don't want to take any of that. You heard that in the background? It sounds like a shotgun. They're running over the potholes. It was a pothole.
It's just like what they did to me with the revving. You know, they can't start popping guns off easy here because in the UK, you know, the police to them, but, you know, there's just the audio threat, you know what I mean? And they're revving, maybe it's like, just like to let you know they're pissed off, you know what I mean?
Yep. That's what they do, and it's been all day. I've been having my boss look at the type of people, like, every time I go to a restaurant, there ain't nobody in there. There's just probably, like, you know, teenagers just doing off or something, you know. Some of them know about the program, some of them don't, you know, they don't even care I'm there. But then all of a sudden, a bunch of people just come in and they have to sit next to the table next to me, which is dirty, and there's plenty of clean tables around me, you know what I mean? And, you know, the restaurant workers, like that Jack in the Box today, they're all touching their nose and shit, and I'm like, hey man, why are you touching your nose when you're serving my food? You know what I mean? I have to, like, call them on it, you know what I mean? And, like, they swipe their nose, I'm like, yo, can you wash your hands, you know? I mean, you know? And right when I'm about to, like, go get a soda or something, you know, someone, like, cuts right in front of my line, dude, as I'm still walking, and just fills it up, and it's like they act like they don't hear me. It's bad treatment. I've been feeling really super oversensitive too, like kind of just like my self-esteem is low, like they hit me with something because like I've been eating way too much soy products or something, you know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
Yeah,
you know?
Also feel certain ways as well. I've noticed.
Yeah. Like I feel, I don't feel like, you know, testosterone like I usually do, you know, like do my sit-ups and my push-ups and stuff. I don't.
To me, the other week, man, like I've got like a urge of anger over me, and I was like starting to, I literally smacked off.
That was me last night. Yeah.
And it came out of nowhere. Like I just felt like this furious anger. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I just got angry and started thinking about certain things. I just started punching the ceiling. I'm like, whoa, man. And then like the day or two after that, I could feel the anger building up again out of nowhere. I'm like, yo, man, they're making me feel this shit.
Exactly.
Like, and then other times, like, I'll feel, you know, like a sense of fear or apprehension, and I'm like, what?
That's how I feel. That's how I feel.
So,
Exactly how I feel.
Yeah, like anxious or apprehensive. That's the weapon.
Yep. Like something bad's about to happen or something like that. And
yeah, I do remember. Also, I remember reading somewhere that microwave weapons can make you. A symptom of the microwave is feeling anxious.
Yeah.
I remember that somewhere.
And also at work, I had a breakdown. I just felt like, you know, I'm like, dude, this is it. I'm tired of this. I don't know what to do. Like, things are going smooth for everyone else at work, and, you know, I'm just like, yo, this is just, you know what I mean? Like, they act like they have problems. They have no idea, you know. And I've overheard them, like, they're doing it in, like, second, but we all have our problems. I'm like, yeah, problem spending money in gift cards, probably, I'm saying to myself. I'm like, you know what I mean? Because it's like, dude, I'm, like, I don't know if there's, like, hidden triggers I'm not noticing, because you know how, like, when, before your targeting went overt, you know what I mean, and they start to do the triggers and stuff, I feel like there's, like, stuff, like, my mind is thinking there's stuff, I'm getting triggered, and I think there's, like, stuff I'm missing that they're doing, and I'm not realizing, you know, and they're sending really stealthy people at me. I would say, I don't know if I've said it on a few calls, actually, where, like, they've rented out the whole hotel, and it's nothing but gang stalkers. I would say about 80 to 90% of the people who are coming in are organized harassers. Well, I think it's, last night was like half of them, and they're just very, very stealthy. Very stealthy. How they do it, you know? It's like I almost didn't catch it. I would just think that they're just really normal people, you know? Like, and then they just come out with the protocol. I'm like, am I missing something? Like, you know? It's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's like they've been trying to do, I guess, the on-foot equivalent of the floating box. Like, that's basically a CIA tactic where they have cars in the area the target is. So if you turn a certain way, they've got a car. Basically,
right, in the corner of your eye or something.
Yeah, so what they've been doing with me with the perps recently, I've noticed, is like they've been keeping a distance, but they're always like around me in a certain way.
Right.
The only way to basically get away from them is to go into the countryside and out. Otherwise, it's like there'll be a perp on this street, there'll be a perp on a certain place. So no matter which direction I go, there'll be a perp who will be there. You know what I mean? So basically, there's always this like box of people around you.
Yeah.
So they you know, they're watching you, and you'll bump into them pretty much.
It's really crazy you mention that, because right before I start work, you know, the moment I clock on, it's like all the stuff around me clicks. It's like almost only in a 2-block radius in a circle around me, you know, that's for sure. And then
I'll wake up, and as soon as I wake up, woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, the sirens, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They've been on a rampage this week, man, especially coming to the league.
Yeah.
They've definitely been on a rampage, so you know they've been attacking them simultaneously, right?
Yeah. Valentine's Day is around the corner, too, so they're trying to take out their, you know, significant others. Whether I don't know if they like guys or, you know, whatever, but, you know, but they're doing that. They're saving money. They're trying to make money right before Valentine's Day. And Valentine's Day is a massacre holiday, too, you know? They're letting us know, you know? I mean, I find it weird that when you said that about the box around people, well, there used to be this guy, actually he's still there, you know, every night right before we go to work. He appears to be a homeless person, and it's like, damn, I've seen this person before, you know? And he's surveilling, he always has like 3 bottles that he's holding, and he's rocking back and forth like a crazy person with his hood on. And he's just surveillancing me, watching when I come in, when I come out, when there's no one there, you know. And it's always when someone's not there for a split second, they send a crazy homeless crackhead walking down the driveway, and I gotta go chase him.
and then he's gone. He hid somewhere in the building, and I know every hiding spot there. I don't know how they do it, and I'll get another person like valet because it's their job too. They'll get in trouble too, you know. Whoever's on foot, you know, they have to help me. I don't take the rap only, you know. That's for sure. My manager has told me, you know. It's like we're all in it to protect this building, and he's always there. Like in the morning, he just doesn't go to sleep. I mean, at night, all the way till morning. Like I'll say 4 in the morning sometimes, the latest. And then he'll go to sleep, and he'll wake up, and he does the same thing. And then when I leave, he leaves. You know. And then now they put another woman right next to him, and they all work together. And I see him do little hand signals and shit too. And thinking about where I've seen him from, I've seen him on the beach before. The dude has a house. He's neighborhood watch. I know he is. And he cruises around. He just puts on like makeup and stuff to look kind of different. I know who he is, you know, because I've seen him talk to some of the people that I used to hang out with back in the day when I was homeless before my targeting. I even knew what was going on, you know, and talking with him like a normal person. But dude, he has a house. I know this for sure, and he knows what's going on. And I've seen him like just at random places, or I just got on the trolley, and then all of a sudden I get off the trolley, boom, he's right there. How the hell, you know? Yeah. They knew all my reference patterns. I mean, it gets very, very, very agitating, you know?
It's like half the homeless people, they probably aren't homeless people, because I remember
they're not.
MI5, where they were basically, on the undercover assignments, they would pretend to be homeless people, literally. They would even like mess their clothes up to make them look scruffy and that, and drink cans of beer, and they'd be on assignment, you know, but they'd look like a homeless person. You know, for example, like I'm not saying this guy was an MI5 agent, but you know, they probably trained them in the same tactics, the perps. So I was going to the shop, and like, there's this homeless dude there, and one of the things they did early on in my targeting, they get like these homeless people. Every time I passed them, they'd ignore everyone else, but they'd ask me for a light, or they'd ask me for a bit of money.
Same here. That's what's been happening too. Hey man, you got a lighter? You got a cigarette? Nah, man. Where'd you get the lighter from?
I was going towards the shop, and the guy basically did a hand signal, so I knew what time it was. Like, he covered his mouth or something like that.
Right.
Of course, I knew he was going to do something. It's like, all right, mate, do you have a cigarette? Like, no, I was going to say, do you have a light, mate? I'm like, nah, mate, I don't smoke. And I just went into the shop, you know what I mean? This is that old bullshit again. And I ain't seen him since, because I muttered afterwards, fucking him.
We're doing the fake laughing in the background. You guys hear it? Did you catch it on there? You hear it?
What's that?
Like, they're doing the fake laughing and clapping their hands, like trying to get my attention.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I know they do that dumb shit.
And
last week I was on this thing. It was about 1 o'clock in the morning, and they started hoovering next door. Who hoovers the house at 1 o'clock in the morning? Come on, man.
Right.
Who does that shit? No one hoovers the house in 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, man. No one. Well, you know, again, it's to let you know, oh, we don't like what you're doing. So, you know, I just took the piss, and when I started hoovering the other day, at a normal time, because I know they're listening to everything I'm doing, I just start going, yeah, you like hoovers, don't you? You know why? Because you suck. You know what I mean? You like it. You know, so I was like, yeah, you just like this hoover because you suck. You lot suck.
Yeah. Listen, guys, sorry. I gotta go. I gotta finish my homework. I kinda just we took a break so I can be on the call. I gotta get back to you. Alright?
Alright, Nigel.
No problem, Nigel, man. Thanks for joining us and reading those articles and sending me those links. I will be posting them.
Yeah, I will be watching it.
Okay.
One thing I noticed with the protocol uniform that they wear is they always wear these shoes called Brooks. You guys ever heard of Brooks?
No, I don't think we have that.
No. Or Basics. You know Basics, right?
Basics I've heard.
Yeah, we've got them.
Yeah, they wear that, Saucony, and New Balance. Those are the Brooks, Saucony, New Balance, and Basics. They always wear those, and that's how I can always tell who's who. And it's like these goofy, just suburban, church wearing shoes. You know what I mean? Like someone that be wearing it at church. I'm like, how do you even find shoes like that? I look on the internet and can't even find shoes that look like that. You know what I mean? Just look tacky. You know, it's the way of them. You know, letting them know who's a perp and who's not. Like, you know, who's on neighborhood watch or whatever. And they all wear it.
Bonds, they tend to either be, well, it depends, like, mostly on a shade, and often they'll have a backpack. Although sometimes, like, you'll see them dressed like everyday people, you know, sometimes you'll see them with, like, tracksuits on or, you know, any clothes, you know what I mean? But I know what you're saying, like, they do have, like, the uniforms, they tend to have, like, the colour codes, like, with the red, they'll all have the same shade of red or the same shade of blue, you know, and that's one way. You can kind of just, I know early on, what was it they were wearing? They were wearing, this brand of tracksuit bottom, targeting me with, what was it called? I can't remember. It was an orange, the logo's orange, I remember that. I can't remember the brand. Not Kappa.
Oh, they wear Patagonia too. That's the main one that's like orange. Patagonia.
Yeah, it's not that. European brand. I can't remember what it was. I think you have it in States too. I can't remember what it's called now. I remember, but they were basically using that in 2017 to target me a lot.
Yeah.
Yo, Ro.
Yeah.
I saw it.
So what's been going on with you, man, in regards to your targeting and stuff like that? Is it the same thing, or are they trying to elevate a few things and take away from?
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Remember? Oh yeah. It went from do attacks, like heavily, and then remember when I said it was peaceful? I think that was like, oh, okay, I'm peaceful. I don't have nothing to worry about. But boom, it came out of nowhere, like lightweight, like, you know, first over targeting, you know. That's how it feels. I'm like, damn, dude, that came out of nowhere, like walking, you know, like a bunch of, you know, crackheads walking back and forth, you know, my table or where I'm sitting at. It's like, damn, dude, they're like, they swarm, you know. So it's been more of a, I would say, the overt right now. Like, I'm not getting a break at all. Like, I gotta sit somewhere, there goes a Mason, you know.
Do you feel that they've been getting more increasingly aggressive with their targeting toward this psychologically and both with the directed energy weapon attacks lately, or do you feel it's pretty much the same all around?
They're about even with each other. They just go full force because I'm waking up with these sores on my arm, my back, and then all of a sudden I'm getting aggressive, just angry people, you know. The baby carriages, the scooters, you know, which is right now, you know, in real time. Like, not even a minute ago did you hear, like, when they were just like, oh yeah, man, I was on my phone, you know.
I heard you when you called it out, but I didn't hear it in the background.
Yeah.
I totally believe you, though.
Yeah. That's crazy. And they stopped, and then they just took my picture. Bunch of kids.
Big heads, man.
Yeah, it's like, no matter what, from this point on, it's like, I already know what time it is, and now I'm getting the baby carriage stalking me. And no matter from this point on, I know I'll never get anywhere as far as, you know, like a raise or anything or a new position, because they specifically did that so their home is easier to control, you know. So it's just it's a matter of time that I just have to keep saving, and I'm doing a little bit. You know, I'm trying to keep my mind right. And it's gonna take time. It might take over a year until I move. I want to move out this summer, but I know that's just not possible at all. I mean, you gotta be paid. I mean, exactly. And I was talking to a friend. He called me. I mean, he knows about this program. He just doesn't want to say anything because he lost his business, you know. And he doesn't ask for any favors. He doesn't give me shit. It's just, but he knows about the program. And I have to keep telling him, stop itching your face, bro. Like, it's making me nervous, you know. He's all, sorry, it's just a thing, you know. Like, my bad, you know. But, like, I still don't trust him, you know, because I don't know. But what I found out, though, too, is his business went under. Like, and I used to work for him. He lost about 3/4 of his clients. He doesn't have his car anymore. See, this is what this program can do to you. Shows you right then and there.
Yeah, they try to undermine what you have. Take away your resources.
Exactly. It's, what is it called? The hierarchy of needs?
Right. Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Exactly. Like, even to the point, he doesn't like, you know, going to the doctors or anything like that because he doesn't trust them, and he's actually pretty smart about that. He tries to do his own remedies. He got diagnosed with a syndrome called, what is it called? I don't know if you guys heard of it, Stephen Johnson syndrome.
No.
And he gets, how do you get this? I'm talking about his skin can melt and all that. Hey, guys, let me use the restroom real quick.
Just remember the brand they were using. It was like AE double L. Real pound of gimmicks to tell me. It's like that shit with the, oh, check this out. Check out what they've been trying to use to talk me online. I mentioned about the game yesterday. Right?
Yo, hey, they're fucking with your voice. Hold on a second, yo.
Alright, go ahead. Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, I was saying that, you know, I mentioned about that game, DSX. You know, they've started targeting me online with that. I've been seeing on nearly every video on YouTube the character from DSX on the, you know, the little logo thing where it has your name on the comments. They've been using that as a way to target me. That's like that stupid gimmick they've been running recently, you know, to let me know they're listening to this call and, you know, trying to...
So that's some new shit that they're doing with you now.
It's not a new tactic, but it's the latest incarnation of that tactic. It's like they were using their profile names and pictures to target me with for about a year or two now, which they haven't done for a while, but that's like the latest, you know, thing they're using to try and target me online is the character from DSX, because it's to let me know that they know what I said about that. So I guess they're trying to use it as a way to annoy me. And...
Alright, I'm back.
Where'd you go, bro?
I just had to use the restroom real quick. And right when I got to the restroom, then the guy gets out, and he just dressed like, you know, no colors or anything, but that slow, creepy walk, you know, like you already know. I'm like, damn, dude, it's like this place is a Atlantic city. It's like, I should have known better, you know, and that was kind of my fault moving and trying to trust someone out of desperation instead of trying to do it on my own, you know, because like it's still not my fault, because it's like, for the simple matter, I noticed I wasn't getting hired anywhere. This was back in 2010. I mean, I applied everywhere you can think possibly. I never even got an interview. Only interviews I got was at like temp agencies, and it paid, you know, minimum wage and only like 24 hours a week. I'm like, dude, I can't pay rent, you know? And I would see people at Starbucks. Actually, I take that back. I did get a call for Starbucks, but I was already working at this other job, and I didn't want to risk it, you know? I could call in sick, you know, so I just didn't take that. But, you know, and that was still only like 30 hours a week. It's just nuts, you know, how they do that to you. And a buddy reached out to me, and I should have known better that I got sold out by him, you know. And, you know, he's like, I can get you working at this place I work at, you know, at the grocery store. I'm like, all right, that sounds good. And I moved here. They didn't hire me. I'm like, dang, dude, man. It's crazy. And the people they were hiring, I'm like, I mean, there were some good workers there, but like, for the most part, I'm like, damn, dude, this is really it, you know? I've worked in the grocery industry. It was a smack in my face, looking back at it, letting me know we knew who you were, you know? And I found out the owners were Italian. Well, that for a second, you know, I mean, our whole family is in my top. And those are the people that were there, it's either Mexican, you know. And I didn't get hired there until I went next door to where I live, where I live, and I worked a million job where I just got literally barely, you know, and my house was cash, because everyone else was working 4 hours a week, and they would go to school, and then they would always play the, yeah, I can do it, I know you can do it, what's your problem? Music, because you're not getting any work. You're not applying to nothing like this. They're looking everywhere, you know. That shit was crazy, bro. And what it was, friends. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. What's your voice, people? No, it's the wind. I need to move to a better spot. It's like, okay. Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's just, it's crazy. Like, these people would play the narcissist, and these people were acting like my friends. I mean, maybe at first they might have been my friends a while ago, but then when they got this opportunity, you know, because I noticed they were pulling in bank, dude, and I was the low tier person, you know. And I was still trying to, this is the point when I was still trying to stuff, you know. They got nuts at this time. I mean, I had no leg to stand on. It was not until I got a real job doing the job I do now for the last 3 years, when they went full on, like, damn near everyone was a gang stalker, and I got put into the psych ward, and they try to indoctrinate me with condition me, you know, with at the homeless shelter. And it's not then until I got a job, and it was just to throw a bone. They're like, stay quiet, but I'm still talking, and they're doing everything to get me fired now too. It's crazy, you know. It's unbelievable, man. Here we go, another Masonic weirdo. This is great. Yeah, it's been off the hook today. Yeah, it's been a lot tougher. They're coming after, lately I've been seeing they're coming after finances and really displaying that I should be homeless. I don't deserve to be in a house so we can watch you. They throw a little subliminal shit, you know. And I already know I'm blacklisted here. I've tried everything I can think of, you know. Even what is the housing commission? They're not going to help me. They got a long list. I'd call back. They're like, yeah, well, this is a long list right now. We're helping people who are in need. I'm like, dude, I'm in need. Like, I work. They don't work. They're on Section 8. They're on disability. We come first. Working class comes first. You know? We pay taxes. They're taking our taxes. I mean, no offense to them. It's just, you know, like, yeah, that's the extent. They're just targeting my finances too, trying to get me fired, make me explode. I mean, I did have an incident last night. I just couldn't. I was just, every little thing, it was just, I can't take it, you know. You know how your mind just goes sometimes, where you think you have it one day, and then your mind just goes, and you gotta remind yourself of your wits. I just wasn't reminding myself. I just thought, like, man, I'm sick of this. This happens every day. It used to be easy. I barely had to try. All my jobs were easy that I've had, you know. I can do, but now it seems to the point where I have the easiest job, and it's like the hardest job in the world. I don't know if any of you guys can correlate with that. But yeah.
Targeting just like a mad weight on your shoulders.
Yeah, it's super, like, uncalled for stuff. It's just, I'm talking about even just them, they see me in the corner, but I know they see me, and I'm walking by, and they step in my way, and I trip, and, like, I fall, and I hit my knees, and I'm having bad back problems lately, too, because of the new weapons, you know. The reoccurring back problems are coming back every day or so, you know. There's, like, inflammation in my back. Or they'll just, you know, taunt the hell out of me, stand next to me. You know, they have to, you know, shake the hell out of the door when I open it. I'm like, yo, you're going to break it, you know? Like, and then they would be cussing at me, you know? I'm tired of being this abused toy, and no one believes me, and they think it's okay, like the Indian caste system, like the Untouchables, that, like, we deserve to be abused, and we're subjugated to abuse of the higher powers for their own relief and sacrifice, you know. That's just the way it is with them, you know. And I'm tired. You just get to a point where sometimes you're just yelling in an elevator. I'm just yelling just to get it out, and just freaking crying my freaking face off. And it's just, on top of that, you feel super, like, just all these feelings at once, and I'm tired of this. Yeah.
I had this conversation I had mentioned to you before. The means me to let that I'm doing it, bro. Because that shit can cause cancer. Wrong one. You hold in anger and
Thank you.
Inside, you know, those it manifests itself later on. And okay, you know what I mean? Let it go, let it rip on them. If you feel like you gotta yell at them, all types of shit. So, you know, the obvious thing to do is get physical on this person.
Right.
But you know what I mean? So that way, man, if you can, that would sway release. We all need a release of some form. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, all the time. And thanks for the reminder. Like, sometimes I even just forget that, because it's like I keep thinking, no one else. Yeah, everyone else is like this. They just different. It's like, I'm talking about, like, targeted people. Like, it's not if they're psycho or whatnot. But for the most part, they just act violently back and use this protocol to no better shit. Just playing that piano, but just cussing these fools and just exposing for what's current. And I'm doing a good job at it, because, like, yeah, you guys too, man, because, like, he was the last, you know, conspiracy theories, heavy ones, big ones. He even said, what did he say? He said, if you were a person who were against the state and exposing these people, I'm paraphrasing, you're a person to the state now. You know, you're dangerous people to them now. I mean, it's so fragile, it can fall apart.
Hold on, so fuck with your voice. That's not the way. Do me a favor and recap what you said if you can.
Yeah, the system fall apart what they're doing. That's why they have to have.
Yeah, they do. Hold on a minute.
Hold on. Yeah. So no wind gets in, and I'm not near any wind. I'm near a wall, so
that's how I know it's done. Yo, go ahead. Do it again, if you don't mind.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, they, you know, the system is so fragile that they have to hire all these agencies just to keep us quiet and make us look crazy and commit suicide. You know, because it's really, really easy. It can fall apart. You know, I was watching actually a movie. What was it called? What's that called? The Hunger Games. You know, you guys know the Hunger Games, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
There was a part where President Snow in the movie said, "Do you realize that the system is so fragile? What I've created, it can fall apart just because of you." And he was talking to Katniss Everdeen. You know, she's just a poor, you know, dirt farmer worker, clothes worker. You know, like get scraps and hunting and fields where they're not supposed to hunt. You know, and she caused all this. You know, it makes me want to think back to like Tupac, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, John Lennon, and all these people who speak out, and Michael Jackson, everyone, you know, that they could share a message and destroy the whole system because they're following a new protocol of someone who's great. And look who they're on. See, they had to hire a COINTELPRO agency.
Yo, they fucking with your voice again, bro. Hold on a minute.
Hello?
Yeah. Go ahead, man.
Yeah. All these great leaders, civil rights activist leaders, they had to hire government agencies to shut them down and dismiss them. You know? It goes.
Yeah, they're doing it again.
And,
hold on again.
And take it away. Yeah, and we're the new civil rights activists now because everyone else has either been jailed or set up, or you know, everyone's just joining them because they don't want to lose their money. And you know, the Hollywood agency is very, very heavily indoctrinated by government affairs. You know, that's what the as you would say, special interest groups, Illuminati, whatnot. They're heavily indoctrinated by them. They don't want to lose their money. They speak out, they're going to end up like Randy Quaid, you know, or Heath Ledger, or David Carradine, you know, going to end up like that. And we're the only ones that can speak out. And we don't really have a big voice, but it's a big enough voice that they're doing something to us, you know.
Yeah, and look at me trying to call in today. Like 8 times I was cut off trying to get on this call.
Yo, Night, if you can speak up a bit, can't pick up your voice that good right now.
I was saying, look at what happened to me earlier tonight. Like 8 times I was cut off from this call. I was scared of this call and the people on
10 times.
10 times, bro.
It wasn't 8, it was 10.
It was 10.
10. Yeah. It just shows, you know, they're afraid of this call and what it's doing. This is, it's proving what they're doing. And they can't say we're crazy or we're Looney Tunes on this. They're just ordinary people that are going through some fucked up shit that the government's doing to us. Pretty much it, really. The attack tried to shoot us down, but it's not going to work. Try and suppress us and stop us thinking and connecting. It's just denying us, exposing, trying to deny us exposing. Are you can still?
I'm still here.
Cool. Tonight, put it off. Basically, made me think the phone's dead. It wasn't.
I do. I'm mind right now too. I'm in a what do you call it? There's this population here is over 20,000 homeless people here. Why the fuck? And they're all, a lot of them I think are targeted, why the fuck would they want to join them? Like, this makes no sense. Like, their free will is stripped from them. They bear no difference. They're just like everyone else, They follow the same government protocol, and they yell and cry that they hate the government, but yet they do the same shit that they do. Oh, you hear that? They were saying some shit about my dead mom. Assholes. You're like, you're gonna just end up like your mom. Bitch ass.
Don't even pay attention to that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And remember the story I told you about my mom, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to repeat that here on the call because it's on the record. So,
yeah.
You should, though. I think that's more of a private thing. That's your view, though. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think I said it on the call before, too.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Well, anyways, like how my mom died pretty much. She was sick in the hospital, had organ failure and all this crap. And she had diabetes, too. She had type 2, though. And I remember when being in the, seeing her last few minutes of her living, one of the nurses came and said, "Honey, you need to leave right now. She's going to pass." And then they were like, "Hold on, I'm walking by the."
So we put it on
Yeah, hear that? They stood in my way. Check this out. They stood in my way, and it showed a sign that said "Suicide Prevention Hotline," like two people standing on either side showing like a frame. You know what I mean?
Motherfuckers, man.
Yeah. Those are shit people. It's okay. Watch. I'm going to laugh one day when their whole family, I shouldn't be saying this on the record, so I'll refrain from saying. I'll say it, I just wish they go through a little bit worse than what I go through, That's just all I got to say,
Well, they're in for a reckoning, man. This world they ain't going to be able to contain this coronavirus, and when that hits the United States and the UK, there's going to be...
Yo, Jay, your voice sound mad far.
And they're fucking with the call, too.
Yeah, I'm saying when this coronavirus hits the US and the UK, these motherfuckers ain't gonna know what the fuck to do, man. Half of them are gonna be dead, man.
Word.
They ain't gonna know how to survive this. There's people like us that are gonna survive this.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you right now, man, they're covering up how bad this coronavirus shit is, man. They're hiding the facts. And that's a bioweapon as well, man.
Oh, yeah.
Apparently there was in Wuhan where, what changed the subject a bit, you know. But, yeah, apparently in Wuhan where it came from, there's like a bioweapon lab, you know, and basically they're thinking it came from there. I heard some crazy shit that someone said on YouTube that it had actually been referenced, the Wuhan and the coronavirus had been referenced in something years before. I don't know if it's true or not, it was just a comment on YouTube. But I was watching a video where in the Olympics, basically they had made sculptures and the shows in the Olympics, in the London Olympics, were made to look like viruses. And we've got the Olympics coming up right now.
What the fuck? Like the abstract art type stuff?
Yeah, like, you know that metal tower thing they had in the Olympics in London? And they made like a metal tower thing. That basically was made to look like a virus. There was this person in the UK's channel, Annie Logical, who I found out about recently. She made a couple of videos about that, and she was exposing how they were referencing all this virus in the Olympic ceremonies and stuff. Yeah, man, it's like these perps, man. And this Agenda 21, 2030 hits, which it is. You know, there's a website called Beagle where it's basically predicting, like, you know, thousands of people are going to die from something real soon. So, you know, it's like these motherfuckers, the elites, they know about this shit. So, when that shit hits, all these perps taking gift cards, half of them are going to be finished, man. They ain't going to get through this. They ain't got the survival or the intuition or the smarts to get through it. And I hope the virus doesn't get here, but pretty sure it will, you know what I mean? The way it's spreading and the way it's increasing, this shit is world-changing stuff. This could be the biggest event of the 21st century, you know what I mean? Like as big as World War I and II in the 20th, but how it impacts on the world. So definitely, you know, these people, the perps that are living comfy and they're trying to mock us and shit, they're not going to get through this shit.
Yo.
Now the thunder just got booted off. Hold on a second.
Yo, what's good,
What's good, Nat?
What's going on?
Not much, man.
You already know.
Welcome, bro. Night just got booted off the course.
Of course, he's going to be calling in a few. Motherfuckers going at it, Nappy. They've been
us off, shit like that for since the beginning. It's crazy, bro.
Too, bro. Like, they're definitely.
They cut my phone off. Like my phone, just the lights went off on my phone.
Yeah, I know.
No.
Yeah, I already
put that on the record.
Nappy's in the building. Just joined this shit.
Got booted off. That shit fucked out. That happened, but.
Together, man. Yeah, they didn't like what I was told. Why does it? Good friends from upstairs.
What happened now?
Yeah, I'm a chill from doing that.
Yo, Nappy.
Yeah.
How's it been going on?
The whole bargaining.
Yeah, you're up, Dolly.
saying, like, what's been the latest with you out there? You know what I mean? Like, with the van, with the dogs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They've been fucking with the van. The dogs is good now, but as far as the van, I just got my auto fully fixed.
You don't mind putting on the record what happened, you know what I'm saying, with the dog?
Yeah, the dog got clipped. The one got clipped by the person and shit. But she's good now. She's good now.
Oh, so you got witnesses?
You got witnesses to the...
Huh?
You got witnesses?
You got witnesses.
To the dog?
Yeah.
The lady?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, no, I said she's sick. What do you mean, like, witnesses?
Nah, I thought I heard you say that you got witnesses that saw what happened with the car getting hit, with the dog getting hit by a car.
Oh, no. People saw it, but no, I said she's dead now, she's sick. But yeah, she's good now. And it's just, even like right now, man, and it's, well, I'm looking all around there, fucking just like zombies, bro. Around my van and shit.
And you just most recently got your shocks fixed again, right?
Yeah. That's funny attention.
Hey, Nappy, I saw a video recently with the security guard. What company does he work for?
I'm not sure the name of the company. I have to look it up. Look at the truck. I don't think it just said security on the side of the door.
Oh. And you said you've seen him more than once, right?
All the time. Whenever I park, like by a light rail station or something, they fucking, a bunch of homeless people will come out and swarm by my vehicle and shit, and then like he'll be creeping, he'll drive real slow, park somewhere in front of me, and then wait there for like 5 minutes and go.
And then he did the cigarette negotiation with you, like a barter type thing with you. Do you want a cigarette? Do you smoke? I get that one all the time.
But yeah, I just got the suspension done. It's every time I get something fixed on here, they fuck it up. Man.
It's crazy, man. It's like we're almost going into the dark ages again, you know what I mean? Where people are like just not conscious of what they're doing. It's just a bunch of meat sacks just walking around, you know?
That's a good comparison, bro.
It's the real deal, though. Like, you know, they see someone, they kill them, and it's like a normal thing, like drinking beef, you know?
Fucking dark ecstasy, man.
Yeah.
It starts with the net, you know what I mean?
It's crazy. I mean, the level of it here in San Diego, it's just slightly different because it's rich people doing it, you know? Each annual average income out here is, I think it's like $2,500 a month. The average person makes. I don't even make that. Nowhere near. You know, and
All the big ones is so fun about following someone you don't know around. And what is fun about that? You know what I mean? There's nothing fun about that. I feel like a fucking freak doing that.
yeah, I think RT can explain that. Remember when you said would you say like they exhaust every human experience?
or if they're like stressed out or something like that, they just result to this shit?
I think that, it's kind of a way of looking at it when these people who are into this shit deep and they have no other reason really to do stuff like this other than the fact that they may have not had the intention growing up, maybe in high school, junior high school, shit like that. And, you know, this came up in their life and then they felt important. They felt like they were a part of something and shit like that. Kind of like a gang thing or mentality. You know what I'm saying? Then they get into it, they get accepted by this group that are doing these things that are so-called justifiable or what have you. And they go out and try to do this to bond together. And this brings them together in a connecting form that brings them like some sort of good feeling. And also, they're getting paid for some of them, you know, depending on what organizations they may be involved in. Then there's another whole level that's different from that has to do with people who are, you know, well off and got money, but they do this anyway. It's almost the whole thing that's connected to what Aldo had said about dark ecstasy. Dark ecstasy is the shit that you feel like, you know, anything that a normal person would feel when they have fun and they feel good and they feel that good feeling afterwards or during, you know what I mean? While you having fun and playing a video game, you got that adrenaline pumping, you're moving in, you know, the levels or whatever, you know, you're excelling, you're leveling up and shit like that. That good feeling you feel, that exhilarating feeling, you know what I mean? When you're riding a bike down a fucking hill and it's, you know, fucking spring and you feel that cool breeze going down and you feel that energy, you know what I'm saying? These people that are into dark ecstasy and shit like that, they feel that same type of good feeling and exhilaration when they do fucked up shit like this. In other words, like when you're hurting somebody psychologically or you're hurting people by microwaving them with directed energy weapons or microwave frequencies, they get off on that. It's like they get their jollies off of that, being that they've already, you know, done pretty much everything else. If they're well off and they got money and they got dough and they're doing this shit, what's the point of them doing it? Well, that's just another level, another step up from being bored and doing the same shit that used to get them off. Now it doesn't do the same thing anymore because it's lost its novelty. You know what I mean? It's lost the energy that it once had because they already did it. So now they have to do something a lot higher so they can get a bigger buzz out of it. And every time it's more and more and more and more. You know what I mean? Like you got to go the next level to do better than the last one, so you feel more intense because it's like a high. Literally, it's like a drug high. You know, you do something fucked up last time that you did. Now you got to do something worse than you did last time to top off what you did. Yo, it's crazy, bro. But it's like connected to that dark ecstasy shit.
It's just like I watched a TMZ interview. It was like only a few minutes long about, I think it was one of the members of a band. I forgot what it was. I think it was Motley Crue. I think it's like the bassist or something like that. And he was getting interviewed, and he said, hold on, give me a second. He was getting interviewed, and he said, you know, I've been, he's like, is it true that, you know, stuff of the interview was like, is it true that there's, you know, these rich people doing weird crap at these parties? You know, I've been invited to them, but I've never went. But I've heard about the stories of people that they were, you know, they're literally eating, you know, humans and shit like that. And what did he say? He said that like they even at one point put a bunch of homeless people and they were fighting to death, or even just normal people just fighting to death like gladiators. You know, some sick shit. You know, he's one of the few who spoke out. I should find that video and I'll give it to you. But yeah, they get their rocks off on it and they take bets on it, you know. It's like they do take bets on us, you know.
You watch the movie Hostel,
that explains it perfectly.
Yeah, that movie Hostel's basically like that, where they're torturing people and shit, for money and shit.
Yeah.
Years ago.
Can't hear your voice, Jay.
Torturing people and shit. Like these rich people, and it's like secret society where they like get these.
Yo, they fucking with your voice, Jay. Hold on a minute.
Oh, man.
Yo,
because they do this shit. still.
Yo, Jay. Go ahead.
Say what you said before.
I said all these motherfuckers doing this shit, you know, all this torturing people and shit, they should be shot in the head and then shot again just to be sure, man. These people are fucking evil, man. Pure evil, man. There's no room for them to exist. Especially the cannibalism and the, wow, even worse, the children. The murder of children like that. People that do that be home. If they want to get medieval, then they should bring back the medieval tortures and shit for these people, man. Homegrown torture, that's what these bastards should get doing this shit. You know, that's all the shit that with people doing evil shit, man, because that homegrown courses where they basically drag you inside out and shit with horses and stuff. They should do that with these fuckers doing evil shit. It's like, that shit.
Which is even crazier shit, is there's normal people that look jolly, you know, good community people and church people that you've known for years that are just heavily just love this stuff. It was like right before my eyes the entire time. I know I say this on every other call, but I just got to clear the record just in case if someone's looking for some religious outlet. I'm just letting them know, just forget about it. Don't even go to church, man. It's not even worth it unless you can find a little pocket of Christianity like Bill Cooper said. You know, there's only a few.
Yo, they booted him off, man. You already know. They booted him off. Hold on a second. He'll be back on the call. But you see what I'm saying, though? This is what they do, yo. This is what they do. They talk real shit. You know what I mean? They want to fucking cut off the call. He's calling back down. Hold on, yo. Yo, I got you back on. You
already know, man. Oh, yeah. I had a strong one. It's probably a religious person watching me right now. But, yeah, just forget about even going to church. It's not even worth your time. They're just going to act like nothing even happens, and they're just corralling you, leading the sheep to the slaughter, you know. The only way you're going to do church is this right here, these little groups. This is your church now, you know what I mean? And we're not a religious organization. I'm just saying this is our therapy right here. Get you in the right direction, you know what I mean? And expose and, yeah.
By Satanists. Not only that, it's like RT, you were saying a while ago how the government controls the churches and shit. Like they control what they say and all that. And they get funded by the government.
Oh, yeah.
501c3.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
These motherfuckers are controlled. They're not real, you know, churches like that. Controlled opposition.
Yeah, they're just real businessmen, that's it.
I'm close to God, to be honest, just going out into the world, man, and away from people and just going into nature and stuff like that. They're close to God that way through any building. You know what I mean? And that's the way God intended it, you know what I mean? To just enjoy His creations and that. It's like the churches, man,
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, go ahead.
I'd say, to be honest, every church probably has been infiltrated, you know, to some extent. Even going back in time, like you'll go to a church. I went to church.
Definitely.
Yeah, man. I went to churches in France, in the Alps, and they had the all-seeing eye. They had all these kind of Luciferian symbolism and these are old churches. They had all these things in. They were old, you know. They weren't new. So it just shows how they've a Masonic symbolism. So it just shows how they've infiltrated the churches and well, not all, but a lot of the religion, especially Christianity and all that. It's all been infiltrated.
There's a guy named John Todd. You get a chance, look him up too. He supposedly was on the Council of 13, or they probably told him he was on the Council of 13. but he exposed it, and he was exposing real stuff, about how the music industry was controlling people and how they're making, Christian artists, they were starting to make Christian artists, as like regular music, but then it got infiltrated. Like COINTELPRO, he mentions COINTELPRO infiltrating the church, spying on church members, like just seeing what's going on,
Like the Beatles, those motherfuckers are more satanic than the actual metal band.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those guys were into Aleister Crowley. They were one of the first bands to do backmasking, which is like putting your message. You play the Beatles, songs backwards. There's all kinds of like fucked up messages and satanic messages and.
Yep, you're absolutely right about that. Yo, hold on. They're blocking our call. Hold on. Yo, check this out, man. They knocked down the call completely, bro. I don't even know how the hell we still on the call.
Next to me, YDCIRC, and they got an electronic device in their car, and they keep shutting and blocking my phone out too. Toyota Prius.
Yo, hold on. Yo, can you repeat what you just said, man? Because they knocked us all off the call at once. One shot deal. I got Nappy back in the building. I got you and myself. I'm waiting for Nate to call back. But can you recap what you just said, man?
I just said there's a vehicle, Toyota Prius, license plate, PC space IRC, Toyota Prius.
Can you say it again?
Yeah.
They fucking recap it again.
Yeah. I mean, and they literally just got in their car and they got like some kind of device on them right now, and I'm getting swarmed. Crazy. I don't know if it's coming from my end, but I think they're listening to the call right now as we speak.
Right. Can you repeat what you said? That it was a car and you saw a device. What was it?
Yeah, a little device. Oh, they're leaving now. It looked like an old school cell phone. You know what I'm saying? Like the old ones. I'm talking about like 90s, 80s. Like a block, like a black box. Almost like a cell phone. though.
Jersey. Not New Jersey, but Jersey in the UK. Like I was with my dad, and like I can use the mind control technology on him. All of a sudden, he decided to change direction where he was driving, and there was this guy sat in this car park with like a PDA. It looked like a PDA, and I heard it say device shutting down like that. When I was going, right, is this shit for real, man? But I don't know if this was the actual mind control technology in the flesh, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
At the full yeah, kind of thing. Well, I heard like I shut them down. Like what?
I should have walked up to it, but I seen him in the car, and he had this like block type thing in his car. That's why every time when the call goes off, I look around, who's around. Window, whatever, car right nearby, and he had his headlights on too, so I already knew what time it was. That's the signature covert signal of letting them know I'm watching.
The one headlight shit. Oh,
they just had their headlights brighting. I mean, he just got in his car, and he left now because I was talking about it. And then a new car just pulled up on the other side of the street. They switched places. They literally drive around in a circle, they pass the torch, and I don't know if they change a frequency, but they're listening in on the call as we're speaking while swarming around us. That's scary.
Oh yeah, I totally believe that they listen to the call in real time. Huh? That's how they're able to pinpoint what
shit intelligence.
And it's not everyone, but it's a lot of people with these rich cars, and everyone has a new car around here. There's
all these cars around here with the cars with the MI9 plates, they're all new cars. They got a new Volkswagen and new Skoda and all this shit.
Yeah. Yo, check this out, man. When the call got dropped, right? Every single one of us got cut off at once, like back to back, boom, 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 right? And then we all call back in and shit. Yo, my man, that hasn't really happened before like that. So you know that they're doing this.
That just happened now, so it wasn't just me.
Nah, man, we all got knocked off, bro. In one shot. All of us, in one shot, bro.
Everyone's on their cell phone, and I got a dude smoking a cigarette across the street, and he's just watching. He turned his back to me. That's their sign. They do, And the hips sway to the side, like in a stance, very feminine stance. So I do say so myself, but he probably hears me. But yeah,
if you don't mind going back to when they cut us all off, you were talking about the Beatles, Aleister Crowley, the backmasking. That's got fucking heavy.
Yeah, that's why they cut it off, because it's real live shit. Yeah, the Beatles, they're into Aleister Crowley and all that satanic type shit. They put him in the album cover on, I think it's Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club.
That's it.
Yeah, that's the one. These motherfuckers are from a place called Liverpool, which is about 40, 50 miles. Wow. I'm not near Liverpool, but in the UK turn quite a way, then you it's probably not, but it's about 60 miles. So that's where they were from. They were fucking satanic. They were the band that kind of pipe modern ball with backmasking.
It's going off the hook. It's going off the hook over here. I gotta leave the location real quick. It's getting off the hook over here. Cars swerving, like drifting around corners and shit. Like it's professional drivers. We're drifting around corners and shit. When it hurts somebody,
damn.
It's like Wild West out here right now, bro. Like,
it's crazy.
I'm telling you. You hear all the sirens too, or the horns honking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're getting shitted on. They're getting mad.
Yeah. Let them.
Yeah, you're getting shitted on, aren't you, bro? Yeah.
And under the Patriot Act, there's certain keywords when you say a keyword, and they're adding new keywords because technology is changing.
Oh, Crowley, because I know you faggers love that fucking non-stone. Faggers love that non. So, yeah. That's why
you don't mind giving a synopsis of who Aleister Crowley was, that you know of names, so people that don't know who he is can have more of an understanding.
High-level Satanist. Yeah, he's dead, but these people, the secret society, they like to take you up the arse. Yeah, you don't like that, do you? Like that shit, do you, faggot, eh? Yeah, you don't like that shit.
You hear all the chaos? This is like new to me right now.
Foolish.
They don't like that shit. They don't like that flavor at all. They don't like it.
Oh, they don't like that. It's chaotic around here right
now. Nate, you don't mind, bro? Recapping on who Aleister Crowley was, because they seem to not like that, so I'd like to do it.
Yeah, because they're getting mad about it. So Aleister Crowley, he was a Satanist, basically paedophile, and did a lot of the elites worship him as like a god, pretty much. Well, not as a literal god, but they do. He's like their greatest, hero. So, are you still there?
Yeah, we're here.
I'm here.
It went quiet. I think anybody else, but he's like their greatest hero, and you'll see him referenced a lot. I heard an article recently where there's people buying like bricks from his house.
Really?
Yeah, man. That was crazy, man. They got mad about that shit. Like, all of a sudden, when I mentioned that
on the record,
we got it all
on the record.
It went
You heard how chaotic it went. Chaotic. I mean, you should have seen what I was seeing right now. Like, it was scary to me. I had to leave. Like, there was you heard the cars like going around the corner. They were drifting like race car drivers, bro.
Yeah, they cut it off again.
Wow.
I've never seen that shit like that before.
This shit
is crazy, man.
They didn't like it.
Dude, it felt like I was on like a Fast and Furious movie for a second, but like things were like reality, like rated R shit, you know? Like,
this is like people who are listening in right now in real time that aren't perps and that are actual real TI, the handful of them that are probably there listening in. This is so y'all can hear for yourself, man, that this shit is real. In real time, shit was going down in California. Raw Truth 7's in California. Matt of Thunder's in the UK and England. Nappy's in San Jose, California. So both Raw Truth and Nappy are on the West Coast. I'm in the East Coast. I'm in New York City. And we all are intermittently receiving weird shit like honking of horns and, you know, stupid shit that like a neighbor next door start banging the wall randomly and shit like that. You know, motherfucker will try to, like, if you're on the street like the way Raw Truth is, they'll start swerving cars and honking horns and all types of shit, you know, outside of Night of Thunder's window, maybe revving engines and shit like that. This is what they do.
I had to leave my location. I was getting swarmed like crazy, dude. You know?
Start talking about the Beatles. It's like a poke to horn.
Yeah. And the reason why we're talking about this, if people don't understand, is there's a subliminal subjection to this and objection, should I say, like what they do. This is how they communicate and get their point across. You know, and people are just thinking that's just cars honking. Like, no, it's once you hear it more and more, and then the chaotic stuff going on around you, it's to invoke fear and give you a message.
Exactly. Well said.
Well.
Maybe laugh more than anything. They're gonna get that upset about that.
And what's crazy is, have you ever guys seen that movie Independence Day Resurgence?
I've heard of it.
I've seen the original one.
Okay. The second one is the Independence Day Resurgence. There's this part in the movie where all, like, they commandeered, like, 4 of their ships, the alien ships, right? And the Queen's getting out, and when the Queen's getting out, she does something where she, I don't know, something on her armor. She does something to it, and then all of a sudden they all start swarming around, and it gets chaotic. All the stuff starts blinking, and the cockpits are like, "Hey, I'm not in control." Like, they're in control of everything right now. You know, they all did it. What I'm saying is, they all did it in synchronization. They're all just swarming around the Queen, you know, and trying to get to the target, you know, which is this little information thing that controls all the information of like military technology and all that kind of shit, you know. And yeah, that's just what I can relate it to right now. They were all synchronized, dude. It's just kind of like felt like I was in a nightmare for a second. God.
Get over that. When I start mentioning that, and then me, and all that crazy shit.
Yeah. And shit, and all the shit going around me, I see nothing but, like, there's like 3 or 4 security guards that went by me too, and then people on cell phones, and then one car leaves, one car comes and parks and leaves their headlights on. Because usually when you park your car like a normal person, you shut your headlights off, you know?
Bees, well, I'll call them bees, that's insulting.
Right. Yeah. And we're what makes money off of them, you know, so they're going to swarm around us. You know?
Like, that shit is in a lot of stuff. Like, you got Jay-Z, where there's that song where it goes, "Murder, murder, Jesus," or something when it's backmasked. That's one of the more famous ones.
Oh, yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
know the one I mean, don't you?
Yeah.
I don't know the name of the song, but there's one where when you reverse it, he basically says, "Murder, murder, Jesus, oh, soup." Yes, it goes, "Murder, murder, Jesus, soup, 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 soup."
That's it.
That's the crazy shit they do, man. Like you got that Obama where he says something like, what was it? I'm trying to remember what he said. I can't remember what he said now. What was his catchphrase, gimmick, or whatever it was he had? I can't remember now. Yes, we can, and then that's it. And that backward is "Thank you, Satan" or some shit like that.
Yep.
Like,
Oh, you're right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you know what it
That
is.
shit.
They're trying to evoke and they're trying to insinuate when they say yes we can, right? If you say like Wiccan for the Wiccan religion, yes,
Right.
so it's like yes we can. So they kind of like made it with the vowel drop it with the short sound instead of the long sound. So we can, sure, yes we can, Wiccan. You know what I mean? They crafty motherfuckers, man.
Huh. Like it's like yes, pause, Wiccan, you know?
Right.
These people, there's like a hidden art form and language. It's like, that's why they're getting mad, because you ain't supposed to know this shit. You know what I mean? You're not meant to know this shit.
I know, and it's amazing how they kept it all secret, you know? It's just, there's 6 or 7 billion people on the planet. It's crazy. Like, who knows what information's on the top? Like, holy crap, you know? Car accident, I think. Do you guys hear that?
Nah. Be careful.
The car accident, that's them, man. You know, they're going to be paying for it.
Yeah, true.
I'm just saying,
be careful.
Either way,
you don't want to be near some shit like that, because it could or may not be staged. And you know how it goes, man. You know how they try to implicate us and shit, man.
Yeah, and then, it's a wrap. You know how you said the backwards talking? You know, it always reverts back to their Luciferian, their cultic religion, where it's, you've heard the phrase, as above,
like
as below, you know?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
So above, so below. That's the three.
Yup.
Yeah.
Everything is in reverse. Even when they read books, they read the shit from the back to the front.
Yeah. And I believe there is a satanic Bible that that you can read backwards.
Masonic one.
Yeah, a Masonic, yeah. And these people are just, this is outlandish shit, man. Like, they go through all this shit just to find hidden codes, and they keep going, and to make people, search for the truth. And they search so much they get indoctrinated, and they become one of them. They engage them, They draw near to them. I was going to ask you guys, I was going through this thing the other day, and it was called, Cicada 3301. Have you ever heard of that?
Nah, I haven't.
Cicada 33.
What is it?
If you get a chance, look it up. It's pretty much like this puzzle. It's one of the most encrypted puzzles. You have to be a stenographer, something, languages and all that kind of crap. And it was to supposedly, quote unquote, it's supposed to, there were these group of people who were finding people who were, trying to help have private internet service, and stop people from, engaging in illegal activity, supposedly. But when you look at the name Cicada, I think though, if you
Yo, Rob, hold on a second. Fuck with your voice. Hold on a second.
I've already been talking about it.
Go ahead, bro.
The way cicada is spelled, if you leave the first consonant, which is C, and then you get rid of all the other ones, all the other consonants, it's CIA. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If you get rid of the D in it, it says CIA. You know, with 2 extra A's in it. I mean, that's what I get out of it. And I think the program was to get people that are very smart and can know all these stenography and all these smart people who are, you know, yeah. And it's a big puzzle. And there's one guy, he said, after I've gotten through a long process of this, I formally became a member of Cicada, and he had a very, very sinister look, almost to the point where he had that look like that Cat Williams guy did, where he eyebrow thing. It's like that program, that puzzle was made to look after smart people and actually target them because they don't want people, you know.
Hold on a second, bro. Fucking with your voice.
Locust, the cicadas are locust, isn't it? So you got the plague preference.
Right.
Go ahead, Ro.
I'll give you a second.
This is so yeah,
that's for yourself, man.
They fuck with the core. And I gotta constantly stay in the room. If I leave the room, and this is how I prove that they can see me moving in real time in my room. Whatever purpose got to watch over me over here, they can literally see me when I leave the room that I'm in where the computer's at. The reason why I gotta leave the room, as I said before, is because there'll be a feedback loop from the mic off the phone to the mic off the computer that I'm recording this call on live now. So they know that. So that's why when I walk out the room, I don't see what's going on. They fuck with our voices, and then the playback on the call sounds fucked up. So that's why I gotta kind of stay in the room. So y'all gonna hear echo whenever I speak on this call because I can't leave the room. If I do, this is what they try to fuck up the call with. Just to let y'all
know, man.
Yeah. Especially, and also they fuck with the call when we hit a touchy subject too.
Oh yeah,
you know,
of course.
And I'm sworn by like counter surveillance right now too. Like holy crap!
Riot was going on or something like that.
This is like this is where they protest against us in secret. You know, and well, coming back to that cicada thing, it's these people are very smart, and they said they were even. It grew just like a virus of how many people are involved to even figure out the puzzle. I haven't heard anything more about the cicada puzzle. It's like it got swept underneath the rug. I'm talking about there's been people who put these little, you know, those little barcode things that you scan with your cell phone all over the world. Someone put those there, and they got people like in Australia, UK, America, you know, to scan these and see what it says, you know, and it brings out an image and so on and so forth, and it has a code in it, like a message or something. And it's like all of a sudden now, like no one's talking about this anymore. I think what it was is a recruitment video for the CIA to get the smart people and also get rid of the people who are very, very smart and can expose government programs. Because, I mean, you got to understand, these people that are in CIA, they're smart, intelligent people, but there's way smarter people out there too, you know, that have less resources and find loopholes and, you know what I mean? And they want to get rid of these people or make them join, you know, that's the 2 ultimatums, just like how we are right now. If you don't, you get excommunicated. Or you just look like a crazy person, you know, and that's what this program is all about.
Right.
I think a lot of these motherfuckers would like to improve some of us if they could. They know we're not shunts, you know what I mean? They know we're very intelligent and articulate people, but that's never going to happen. I'd rather die than work for these people. It's evil.
Oh, it's I agree. It's ridiculous, man. Like, you get no satisfaction out of this thing. It's crazy, man. It's unbelievable. Like, you would have to forfeit your life just to make money, you know? And we already had this talk where it's like, you know, if you have a job right now or wherever you're at, you only get a little bit further. You're not getting much further anymore. It's like George Carlin said, be happy with what you got. It's not going to get any better. And there's a big club, and guess what? You ain't in it, you know? And he spoke the truth, you know, without getting his head whacked. He did it very smart.
Yep.
Strange. Well,
Yo, Jay, your voice sounds bad far.
It's because I'm just drinking something.
All right.
I said it's a strange world, that's for sure. You know, it's weird.
Very strange. I think it's very strange that they put the kids on the line, because one day some motherfucker could pop off on the wrong part, and they got a baby in their cage, and their dogs with them, or whatever, you know, or family that's not even part of it, and then next thing you know, innocent lives are dead, you know?
Exactly what he did. I'll give you the safe time exit entry. Had a car pull out, and they had the kid in the car. On the back of the car.
Yeah.
No, it's just strange, and then these people think the behaviour is normal. This is a normal thing to do. You don't quit. It's just mad.
Okay, Nate, do you remember when they had the California wildfires? Because the moment you said normal, there's a woman who spoke at city council, and she was talking about direct energy weapons starting the fires and all this stuff. And when they do this, it causes a national security alert. And she said what they're trying to do is make California have a one big neighborhood watching over its citizens who aren't participating in communities and this and that. And she said, they're trying to make this the new normal. And she's absolutely right, because I don't see any normal people anymore. This program is way out of hand, you know? Yeah, that beeping noise is the walk sign. So don't mind that. It's weird out here in Cali. Oh, remember when I was on the phone with you guys earlier? I was sitting in the park and I had it mute. I forgot to put this on the call. The security guard came up to me and started cussing at me and was like, "You can't smoke in a park, you know, like it's illegal to smoke in the park, and you know that." I'm like, "No, I don't." I'm like, "Dude, you Southern California people are freaking weird. I haven't heard any about these laws. Look at all the information we're not getting." And she was cussing the hell out of me. I was like, "Fuck you, fucking bitch," you know, like don't talk to me like that, you know, like.
You should have let it flow on the call, bro. We could have got it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's all.
I know, but yeah. It's like you guys were already in a good conversation. I didn't want to you know.
I appreciate that though.
Yeah, but that's how it goes. But that one time with that federal agent though, I was gonna let that one go. That one had to be on the record, and that's on the record. You can hear the dude yelling at me in the background, you know?
You can.
Yeah. About 4 weeks.
Yeah, it was about like over a month ago, for sure.
It was only maybe just over a month. I think it was just
Exactly, yeah, it was around that time. Because we were talking about, you know, how they were amping up the targeting and getting gift cards and all that stuff for Christmas. You know? But yeah. I mean, that was crazy. Like, I never encountered that. And I saw his car. I'm a very watchful person. I know what's going on. And he came up out of nowhere. I didn't want to talk to him. I have a free right to. And then he's like, "My wife can arrest you. She's a federal agent. And so am I." You know? I'm like, "No, you can't." And you can hear me on the call saying, "No, you can't." It's like, I just don't want to talk to you. You know? I already know their kind, and I can smell their stink from a mile away. They're a bunch of rats. You know, they're trying to set me up.
Yep.
And get me talking to them, and then videotaping me probably talking to them, and they know they're feds, you know. And then word goes on the street that I'm talking to a Fed, you know, when all he was asking was for directions, and they can just frame me and say, oh, but there's this guy on the streets talking to federal agents or informants. Well, that's where I thought it was going, because talks to you, man. He wanted to talk. He's like, I just wanted to talk to you about other things, like what to do around here. I'm like, yeah, right, man. No one's ever doing that. You come to San Diego, you know what you're going to do. Expensive. You don't just come to San Diego without a plan, you know, on vacation.
Yeah, intimidation schemes that make you feel you're going to be arrested if you expose them one.
Exactly. Fucking nuts.
Yeah. Psyops is just, I never knew this shit was going on until 2014. Or the shit they do is just madness.
2015 for me.
Same here, man. For me, it's May of 2015 when all this shit came out on the fucking woodworks. Like obvious blatant targeted.
Yeah, and it makes you want to think, why was it at that time for all of us? All of us was about the same time, you know? I mean, not so much for, like, I think Nigel and Neil, it's been going on for them for a while, but there are different circumstances. Yeah, and Nappy, too. Like, this is crazy, man. Like, I never even knew this shit existed. I was like, shit. And I'm looking at videos. This is when I first started getting targeting, my first year. I'm seeing videos going back to, like, 07, 08. I'm like, damn, dude, how come I've never seen this? And there's only, the views on the pages are only like maybe 1,000 or a few thousand. It's crazy. In a matter of, you know, 7 years of the video being up, that's not a lot of views.
Yeah, they have a way of kind of keeping it under wraps. Although these days, I think it's starting to break through. It's starting to get out.
I know how to get videos to have more views, but you have to have like a computer. You know, you put your tags, you know, in your tags. Like when you put the tags in, put in stuff like, you know, a rapper's name or whatever, put gang stalking, government, all that kind of stuff, and your video will go to the top. That's what I did with one of my first videos, and it had like 130,000 views. I put that one through a computer. It didn't even go through my cell phone. I put it through a computer and put the tag names in it.
Latest album or something like that.
Yeah. That was that secret on that. And then I noticed something was very difficult and odd when there was like person after person just saying, and this is like just my first or second video, I mean, only 2 videos on my page, and it's like a bunch of trolls just saying, you're crazy, you're schizophrenic, and I'm still new to it, so I'm just thinking, am I tripping? You know, like, whatever, you know? Yeah.
These days, they tend to be more subtle with it. Because I'll just block them straight away, you know what I mean? If they do that shit, I'll be like, you know. I used to respond, now I just like delete the comment and then just block.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's what they want. They want you to edge back so, you know, you look crazy to them. So like, see, he's just being nonsense, you know, or whatever. It's crazy.
What they try to do is try and mock your sexuality. Like, you'll get a comment saying, oh, you need to get laid, or you're never gonna lady or something like that, or whatever, you know. Whatever. It's not my fault, man. It's like I'm in a psyop program, you know. Getting a shag isn't really, you know, my main plan right now. Is survival. So whatever, man. That's the bullshit they come with. Anything to try and undermine your character or your manhood or whatever, they'll try and poke at you. Try and say certain things to try and make you feel worthless, or, you know, it's really, you know, twisted how they do it. But, you know, it doesn't bother me, man, because it's bullshit what they say. They're always trying to attack you and undermine you. I had a woman earlier this year, like crazy woman on the street. She just, you know, says, "You're a rapist. You're a rapist. Look at you." I'm like, fuck off, stupid bitch. But I knew straight away it was a perv. She's just trying to accuse me of being a rapist. I've never seen a woman in my life before. Crazy shit.
Yeah, it's just like that movie Seeking Justice, where, you know, Nicolas Cage is trying to find the truth, you know, and expose these people, and then all of a sudden this guy pulls him out of the car at gunpoint and says, "You pedophile." He's all, "I'm gonna kill you," because he's already at that point where he made a wage with the devil, you know, that guy, and he has to fulfill his part of the deal, you know what I mean? And they made a fake profile saying he was a pedophile and a rapist or whatever. And that's the common theme now. I think, what was it, Nigel, I think, or Neil, put us up on one of the calls where he said, you know, they have a distinct hatred for people like that. So if you label someone like that in society, you're automatically just cut out, you know?
Yeah, so it's a bad way for them to get hostility towards them.
Exactly.
One likes pedophiles, and, you know, even some people will attack pedophiles, so it's like the perfect smear campaign to use against you, or a rapist or something. It defames your character as well. It basically, you know, smears you and makes you, even if you've been proven innocent, it's like something that can still haunt you, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's pure blackmail and smear campaign. They don't care. You know, they get paid for it, or they had to do a favor because they're blackmailed, or that someone did a favor for them, and they're at the mercy of them, should I say.
Yeah, they just got to spread the lies to recruit these people. But they got to tell them something, like, oh, he's dangerous, he's an extremist, a terrorist, a drug dealer, a gangster, or whatever they want to tell them. And they'll get their surveillance teams, you know, to give them fuel for the fire to carry on with what they're doing. So it's like they know how to manipulate people and shit like that. And things to say to basically turn people against you. I have to say it's pretty successful, unfortunately, because my family has started Airbnb to some extent, so yeah, it's not good.
I mean, they definitely do get to your family and your loved ones quick, because when I was in the homeless shelter, you're not supposed to own a phone for over a year or something like that, 8 months. And I was already out with a phone for 6-7 months anyways to that point. And it was like throughout the whole time I had no contact with anyone. So they made it their issuing plan to get to these people, which are my family and friends, to give them a deal. Do you want to join this secret society? Do you want to join this group that are, you know, renewable citizens trying to make America great and all that kind of crap and keep it safe, you know? And they probably told them some stuff about me. Oh, he's a drug addict and he's mentally ill, because that was the ongoing thing. That, or he's a sex offender and he's on trial or whatever, you know, or he's under surveillance right now and you're not supposed to speak of it, you know. I've heard that a few times, but the crazy one, a drug addict, and I'm nowhere near a drug addict, man. If anything, there's people on my other side of my family who are drug addicts, and they're getting praised. it's because they got money and stuff, and they take care of family, but it's chaotic. It just doesn't make sense. Integrity goes out the window with these people, and it's sad that I no longer have an arm in my family to grab to and say help. Instead, they're helping each other, and I am a black sheep of the family, a scapegoat, you know. And you know, they use me as the abuse toy for their stressful needs, almost like purging the purge, you know. It's sad because I used to really have a good relationship with my family. It just, I started noticing things kind of got weird in 2013, but I was just thinking maybe it is me, and it's just no, they were already using psychological tactics, you know. My father was already kind of like that anyways, but I noticed when I visited him in 2018, he just had a counter attack to every little thing, you know what I'm saying, to whatever I would say, anything, you know, and I'm just wrong, you know. They're very crafty people, I'll tell you that. But I'm kind of a lightweight introvert, and I just don't like to talk to people anymore. You know, these people are very crafty, and they'll get their way. They'll get it. You know, like Nigel said, you know, if they want to ruin your life, they're going to do it. And they did it. They did a damn good job. I went from being very respected by friends and family to, like, dude, we're tired of hearing about your problems, you know, which is just a cop-out. They're just getting paid to be part of this cabal of a group, and, you know, not give a fuck what's going on with me, you know, when I'm in need of help, and they get paid. You know, there we go. See, that's one of them that's getting paid. Wow. What blows my mind out here, it's almost damn near rainy weather out here, and these motherfuckers have been going off the hook all fucking day. All day.
Same here, the weather's been atrocious, and out revving the motorbikes, and it's been gale force winds and rain. Yeah, I mean, dangerous wind and rain as well. You know, blowing trees down.
Wow.
Yeah. Storm Seattle, where it was, storm, it's just blown into Europe now. It damaged the tree of my family cars, and like a massive branch out the size of a telegraph pole that fell off this tree. It's done some damage. It's raining now, but it's at the back end of the storm now. But there was this period for about 20 minutes where the winds must have been hurricane force. They must have been. It was about 100 miles an hour. With all the geoengineering going on, the weather here, it's just been haywire. We've got a snow forecast next couple of days, possibly. Just all this rain.
Oh, another thing you're getting targeted with out here is the suitcases. Remember when Nigel was getting targeted with all the suitcases? It's every other person has a fucking suitcase out here. It's driving me crazy.
Yeah, it's just a sense of the like that, so you know, to make it want to move more, like that. It's just bullshit, man. They've stopped with the colour theme for me. They know it don't work on me. I just wear the same colours. I won't go as far as carrying a case if they. I'll just blank it out. But when I do the colours, I'll just wear the same colour to target them. I think it's hailing out there or something. Pelting the wood now. You know, if the 6 foot snow tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised with how the weather's been. It's just been bonkers. and change the temperatures up and down. Rain one day, sun one day.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, Southern California, it's never cold. It usually will just stay around like 65, even at night, or 60. It don't get to like 35, and it's getting to like 35 or 40. You know?
Yeah, the weather here is generally, we do get cold, but it's not like, it's 20 or something cold. It can snow, but the weather right now, it's not like we've been having such extremes in the temperature, and the weather it's just been changing every day, and just different weather every day. It's not been ordinary. It's been hot one day, cold the next day, hot one day, freezing cold the next day. It's just something ain't right, man. But them spraying all the shit in the sky.
Yeah.
So it's going airspace and just.
How's the weather supposed to be out there, like even this time of year in like February?
Well, this is pretty much the coldest time of year in Britain. Right? February, January, this is when we get snow. But we don't tend to get extended periods of snow. But we can get some snow. But I'll tell you something, for February right now, we don't usually get these big storms.
Exactly. That's how it is here too. It's not supposed to get cold like this. It'll be like extremely hot one day, and then all of a sudden just super cold, and then it will be like extensively cold for a long time. And they've been spraying the skies too, because I'll see it X'd out too. I should be taking pictures of that shit, but and it'll just be cold, and it's a weapon to use against the homeless, because the homeless out here are getting fucking nuts, dude. They don't have anywhere to go, so they're gonna, when it gets cold and it's raining and it's super cold, and they don't have a blanket, they're gonna try to go into the hotel room where you work. They'll be banging on the doors, let me in. Listen, they're crazy, dude. They're ready to kill someone just to even stay warm.
Yeah.
And
sometimes the snow doesn't close. It bounces off and kind of flakes off, whereas the rain soaks you to the bone, and then you get hypothermia. You get cold, and you can die even when it's not below freezing, or it can be like maybe 7 or 8 Celsius, or maybe not. Yeah, probably 6, 7 Celsius if you're wet and exposed.
They're messing with the call. I can hear it.
I'm saying even if it's above freezing, if you get the winds, you can get hypothermia.
Yep. I mean, when I went to the hospital a few weeks ago, I went in there, there's no one in there, and then everyone's just sick, like pale as hell, and just, they got swarmed with people in there, like people are sick as hell,
Yeah, there seems to be getting cold and flu and stuff, like chest problems. My family has been told off with the way they're doing it, but they are. Even my sister hasn't. She's thrown her coughing, so that's something to do with the GL as well. Some days I'll just not go out, see them spraying super heavy, and I'm just gonna sit down and go out and breathe this shit. So not good.
And what blows my mind is, I'm from the Bay Area, and I'm used to it being cold, And when I moved here, it was like it's warm all the time. It stays steady weather. So I got used to it living here, because I've been living here for almost about 10 years now. And it's getting cold, and I'm not used to it. And it's just like, damn, dude, like I'm getting sick. This is like, I'm getting the sinus thing again. This is like 6th time I've gotten sick in 3 months, man. I never get sick. I have a really strong immune system. I don't know what they did to me, but it's the first time. It's like when I first moved here, I got sick. And it was allergies, those mostly. and I was still able to get up and walk around. Now I'm just like, gosh, I just want to lay down every few seconds. My blood sugar is legit, you know. I just don't understand it. It's like they know what they're doing. They're putting shit in the air, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, people have been saying the same thing. Feeling right when, and I can say I'll start coughing and stuff and getting like a chesty cough when they're spraying heavily. I can feel it on my lungs.
Yeah.
It's not. Sometimes as well, I can smell it. You smell like the best I can describe is like the smell pesticides have, which is like a seaside smell. But it's like, you can smell it. It's like a nitrogen smell. But the other day I went out and I could smell like this smell, and they were spraying. I was like, oh, that's that, you know. This time of year, the farmers aren't putting pesticides or fertilizers on them because there's no crops because it's winter.
Yeah.
Well, it's whatever they're spraying out there. So I've smelt it before. I remember in the summer, the air was clear, and you know the westerly wind started blowing up, and it was blowing from towards Manchester way, and the air was coming up from there, and the air was hazed out with the chemtrails. And you could smell this like fertilizer smell again, the same smell. I remembered it. And you can sometimes actually smell whatever it is that they're dumping. It's raining again now, off and on. Well, the wind seems to have died back a bit. But it was pretty bad. Yeah, I'm probably going to get off now because I'm starting to get tired. It's been a good call. That bit where they went now.
Yeah, I got chaotic for a moment. Like, it literally scared the shit out of me for a few seconds. Like, fuck.
They were probably completely frantic. Honking. Yeah.
And then you got the people in the background touching their nose, grabbing their mouth, itching their butt, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Security guards.
Off as well. It offers you sound. That subject's really pissed them off.
Alright, Night.
Artie, can you hear me? I'm off now.
You gonna go now, Nate? Wilson?
Yeah, I'm getting sleepy now.
Alright, yeah, it's about that time now for you, man. It's like 9:05 p.m. my time, which is what, like 2 a.m. your time over there? Alright, man, yo, if anything, we'll connect, man, at some point. If anything, you could holler at me tomorrow, man. You already know, man.
Yeah, can do.
Alright, bro. Have a good night. Sleep well.
It made me forget last time. Alright.
I know. But I'll try to remind you. I'll send you an email, alright? Just to remind you.
Alright. I probably won't be up late, but I'll get a couple of hours in or something like that.
Yeah. No diggity, man. Yo, good call, man. We got a good call tonight, man. For your input. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's input.
Have a good night.
Alright, speak to you.
Alright, nice. Yo, Ro, what's the deal, man?
Shoot, you know, I'm just found a spot and just parked it, and I'm getting a few passerbys, but not too much because I'm in a new spot, you know. But it'll take up maybe another 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But it's pretty peaceful for right now. I got time to just level my nerves down, you know.
I hear you.
Yeah. Is Nappy still
on the call? I see him on the display. Yo, Nap, you still there, man?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Nappy, I was gonna ask you, how do you deal with like having a car and like being out there? Because like I'm thinking about getting a car, you know, that's my only exit way out of here. But it's like I can only imagine the stress that you go through. Like, you know, it's hard to get funding to just even fix it. You know what I'm saying? If something goes down on it, and you know a little bit about cars, so that helps, right? I mean, I know a little bit too, but my thing is like, damn, dude, I couldn't even imagine just having a car and then and then you got another thing to stress out about, you know, because you got a car to take care of, and that's your home, you know, and you put a heavy investment into it, you know. What's that?
Yeah, if you got the thing, it's cool to have. I mean, it's a necessity when we're out here, but they're definitely gonna tamper with it, man. It's like there's nothing we can do to get around that. Whether we go in the store, whether we're sleeping it, like they're always gonna do something to it. So, I mean, and well, I don't want to say it like that, but you're pretty much in a good position because you have a job and shit too. So
yeah, that even gets stressful too because, like I said earlier, they're targeting my finances. They do everything to stress me out to spend money and to give up. You know, because my willpower. It's not the same like it used to, you know. I'm going to admit to you because, like, I used to be someone that can, you know, I mean, I still deal with, you know, I'm kind of distracted. But then if I really pull it together, I can, you know, push through and save money and stuff and not have to worry about anything. But this shit now, it's like I always got to worry because they stress you the hell out and they try to get you fired at work, you know, every little thing. It's just, it doesn't stop. Like, you know, I'll get a break sometimes, you know, a few days or something, but then it's just a bunch of rich kids and rich people acting like, you know, little-ass kids, you know, little children, like little toddlers that are running around, knocking shit over, leaving trash everywhere. That's the one thing they do is leave trash, like in my path or wherever I work or wherever I walk. You ever experience anything like that? Because I feel like weirded out, like they do this shit to me. They put like little trails of trash right in the middle of the sidewalk or, you know, just shit like that, you know. It's like, I don't know if it's marking a trail for them to walk by and where I'm at or to piss me off, you know. I mean, I'm wondering if there's any other TI that experiences that. They throw trash at you and leave trash near your car or something like that where it's very noticeable.
All the time. Yeah. They do it with cans and plastic bottles.
Damn, dude, it's like their way of like marking us, you know?
Mm-hmm. It is.
Because when I first started the job, my first, I want to say 2 weeks, it wasn't like that. And then all of a sudden, I mean, I would just get the harassers, that's it. And then all of a sudden, they just start putting trash, like, right near my locker, which pisses me the fuck off, you know? Very blatantly, just like it was a brand new piece of trash right there, you know what I'm saying? And, like, and then on top of that, they would say, oh, man, I got to go take out the garbage, you know, it's just some shit like that, you know what I mean? Just to get on my irks, you know? And it's like, it's fuck, man, it drains me because I'm an introvert, you know? I don't like dealing with ridiculous social interactions that are just not important or it doesn't uplift and make me laugh, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is torture, like. And I'm kind of OCD, too, about everything, too, so that doesn't help. What about you, Archie? How things going at work? Are they being a helpful hand?
Hectic at work, man. You know,
okay.
Nappy about that shit, man. People who I didn't have any targeting coming from before are now targeting me. My own co-workers, my fellow co-workers and shit that we rely on each other to have each other's backs and shit.
Right.
You know, the gaslighting me and shit. You know what I mean? That's like the worst and last thing anybody going through this shit wants to deal with at their job, especially if your job entails security and shit like that. You know, you want to, the last thing that most people look at that work in that type of field the best example would be, I don't like using this example, but it's the best example so people can have a clearer and felt understanding of what I'm trying to say here, the message I'm trying to convey, which is basically how police officers both rely on each other to watch each other's backs and have each other's lives in each other's hands pretty much, man. So it's kind of like similar to that, but not that deep. But you know what I'm saying? It falls, kind of in the same bracket. Because at the end of the day, we're supposed to be relying on each other, watch each other's backs and shit.
Right.
And, watch how everyone else's back in the club doesn't have any issues and shit like that. But then when you have people gaslighting you, it's like, come on, man, you gonna start doing that shit now, motherfucker? You know what I mean? Like, really? You know what I mean? And then they're gonna start denying, like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? You know what I'm saying? That's that bullshit right there.
Mm-hmm.
So that is all gaslighting, and I know that. That's what sets me apart as a part, of not knowing. As opposed to not knowing what's going on, me knowing what they're doing, knowing what's going on is a huge advantage because it sets you ahead of the game, so to speak. Because you know what they're trying to do. It still sucks. It's still fucked up. It's still, something you don't want to go through, but it's better than being completely ignorant to it and not knowing what the fuck is going on. You know what I mean? One of the movies that were on the playlist that got deleted by YouTube, you know what I'm saying, happened to be a movie that depicts what gaslighting is. In fact, the name of the movie is called Gaslight. And that was that got deleted. Y'all already know.
Cool movie.
But I'm letting y'all know, people who are listening, the few that are probably real, that are on here listening in, and they might hear this upon playback, to check out that movie Gaslight. It's like 1944 classics, black and white. And that'll pretty much let you know what gaslighting means and how they go about using that psychological technique to get you to believe that you're losing your mind, that you're going crazy and shit like that. You know what I mean?
And then they want you to lash out at work on someone, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
but I think it's mostly pointing towards me they're trying to get me to quit or get fired or some shit like that, which neither of the two is going to happen. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not going to happen. Because I already know, that's what I'm saying. This is a difference, but it still sucks nonetheless. You know what I mean? Because if something jumps off, right, I'm expecting you to have my back as much as I got yours and shit. And then when you start playing these games, I got to question what you're there to, to work or you're there to fucking go against me. You know what I mean? Because if I see you acting funny, I'm going to be keeping my eyes on you too. You know what I'm saying? Because it's only right. That's how they got motherfuckers.
Yeah. I mean, same thing like at my work. I mean, it's not so much, I don't even work with a team of security guards, but it's just the point and the fact of the matter is, it's like, all this stuff is going around me, like the whole, they touch the nose and all that other shit, and I'm getting harassed, like, and they see it, because, like, I notice some of the people who are, they get to a point where, God damn it, I can't even talk now because I'm getting swarmed again. I knew it was going to happen. But anyways, I got people at my work, I'm getting harassed and gaslighted, and they're saying things that are related to me, and they see it, and they know it's about me because I see them shifting their eyes, and they're getting antsy and nervous. I'm like, I can notice that they're an anxious person, my coworkers. And it's like, I'll try to explain to some of these people, I'm like, they're like targeting me. And like, because they'd be talking loud. And usually when someone talks loud, you kind of stop and look over and see what's going on, like how they go, oh, like, I don't want to say it real loud, but they go, oh, and then they stop, like whoever you're talking to, they stop and look over to what's going on. No, it's like they just keep going, like nothing even happened, you know what I'm saying? And I would point it out. I'm like, you notice this? I'm getting targeted and gaslighted. They're hiring people to mess with me at my job. Like, what are you talking about, Bobby? I'm like, are you serious right now? Like, it pisses me off because, like, when they see me have a bad day, then they start saying, like, well, everyone's going through something. I'm like, no, not everyone's going through something. You guys have a house. I don't say it to them because it's a workplace thing, but you know what I'm saying? I say it to myself, but I'm like, no, you guys have a house to live. You got food in your belly, good food, healthy food. You know what I'm saying? You have a family to go to that, you guys all are in agreement with everything, you know what I'm saying? And your wages are way better than mine, you know what I'm saying? And they have little shit that happens. And I notice when little shit barely happens to them, it's like they're a little fucking schoolgirl just complaining about dumbass shit, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, they don't even want to peep that. It's like they don't even care because it's not affecting them, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't even get a moment to even fucking think, man. I'm like, I'm sitting here homeless and thinking to myself, should I use a sick day because I need to recoup a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because I can handle a lot, you know? But it gets to a point sometimes I'm like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? And it's like, no one has my back. I have to just bite the bullet. But yet, you know, everyone acts nice to them and shit. And when something small happens, they blow it out of fucking proportion. God damn it. Fucking biting me. I'm sick of that shit. And it's like, I'm on this repetitive fucking revolving door, you know what I'm saying? Of just, like, I go to work, and it's like, it's the same fucking Groundhog Day every day, man. You know? I mean, there is, I would say, I'll admit though, there is a handful of people, when shit's about to go down, like, there's a couple of the valets, they got my back. At first, they were unsure about me, because I don't know if they're part of them, they just don't know me, you know? But they would just fucking really have my back. Like, this dude about to swing on me, and then they go up to him, push them or whatever, and tell them, get the fuck out of here. Like, it's real. Like, I know the difference between street theater and when the shit's real. You know what I mean? I tip my hat to those that did help me, but sometimes the other people, they just go back in the office or, like, want me to call the police? I'm like, yeah, call 911. Or I'll call the non-emergency. Like, this is a fucking emergency, you know what I'm saying? The dude saying he's going to hurt me and punch me and kill me, whatever, you know? It's like, shit. If they were a security guard dealing with this shit, they'd be fucking losing their mind, man. Like, you know, I mean, not to try to blow this out of proportion, but shit, you know. I mean, but coming back to what Nappy said, I mean, yeah, I'm really, like, glad that I do have a job. It's like kind of like the same thing with the band thing, you know. It's like, it's one thing I got to take care of too, though, you know. It's like with having a job, you know. Because it's a non-stop bombardment. This is your lifeline. You know, you lose this, you're losing time off your life if you don't have it. You know, it's one more stress added to you. You know, I can't even imagine. You know, you have one day it's like you have a house or you have your vehicle to live in, and all of a sudden it's just gone. You know, I mean, I get that. I've been there too. I mean, with the house thing. I got kicked out of the homeless shelter, you know, just for something stupid. Then I get in the sober living home. They sell the company to a fucking foreign company, and they give us like 30 days notice. I mean, probably even less than that to move out. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have a rental history, if you're jumping from place to place too much, I mean, they'll lift this shit up, you know. You ain't gonna get any place to rent, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't even really have a lot of money saved up when I was trying to at that time too, because I was going through taxes and all that. But anyways, when you lose this shit, it puts more of a, well, shit, I gotta survive a different way now, if that makes any sense, you know, like, because you used to and condition yourself to live a certain way. And then when it's taken from you, you gotta like sit and plan. And sometimes you just don't even have a minute to sit back and think, what I need to do, what can I do? You know what I mean? Because it's brand new to you. You know what I mean? I mean, I was literally stuck outside for a month until I got a new place, and then a few months later they burned that place down too. You know, I get it, and I'm back where I'm at right now, and they're gonna keep doing it. And they've even told me in passing, you will never have a place to live in this city, you know, but they would do it subliminally. And we'll make sure that, you know, it's sad, dude. I get it. Oh, fuck, man. I mean, But you know what? I'm glad I have a sanctuary to come to this, because if I didn't have these calls, man, I wouldn't even feel normal anymore, because the shit around me is like one big Truman show, and I just feel like I'm the main star. It's abuse to it. One step at a time, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Got a little cash saved up, and I'm just biting my tongue every day, and just try to, experience life for myself a little bit more.
Yo, Ro.
Yeah.
Other than the piano playing, what else brings you that peace of mind, that serenity? You know what I mean?
Well, shit. My number one go-to was always, before that, it was always like, I like to skate and all that, but I'm just too old for that shit. I get hurt. And it doesn't really bring too much joy to me anymore, But other than that, I always used to just I like to go to my friend's house, play, video games with a bunch of friends and watch movies and shit. That was a number one go-to to do, and I always had that at my disposal, and it's just, I don't have that shit anymore for years. I love playing the piano. I love listening to music, and I'll listen to music. That's just a lightweight stimulant, I listened to this rapper named Propaganda. He's a Christian rapper, and he's like an activist for for civil rights and stuff, and for the black community and Hispanic community and just everything though too. He's not just he's for everyone, but he's pointing out all the shit. And one of the things he said in this song, and I heard this I think a few days ago, he said, as time gets older, I value my time alone. It takes less to stimulate me. And I'm really starting to think more about that now. I'm trying to enjoy I could just sit here and then, presently, as present time goes by, my next move and enjoy that. My next move and enjoy that. I'm going to go, if I start doing the same shit over and over again, switch it up, go somewhere else, and just enjoy it, because, it's the small things, but, I have to just be not, overly happy about that, but just content with that for the time being until something big comes, you know what I mean? If that makes sense, and we'll put that on the record, yeah, man. Play piano and just listen to music, man. Watch the old school B-boy videos and shit that brought a lot of joy back then, I used to, do competitive and shit, back when I was younger. I liked all that shit back then. I like watching all the competitions and shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it makes me happy.
You remember the movie Beat Street?
Oh, bro, Rocksteady versus Beat Street, bro.
Yeah.
Crazy Legs, Chris Swift, And that was crazy.
That's a cool
yeah.
I got one of those battles up on one of my playlists somewhere, man.
That's right. And that's crazy. That was like the early 80s when B-boying was just getting on the scene, and it was only around for a few years. Less than that, I think, And it's damn, they're doing some clean-ass footwork, you know what I mean? I would literally have to watch that shit over and over again just to get it right, you know what I mean? Or, you know what I mean? Are you guys about to clean up here? All right, cool.
You gotta keep it moving.
Yeah. Okay. They were cool about it, though.
Yeah. We gotta do their job and shit.
One of the few, yeah. But I'll just move over to the next set of stairs over here. Sanitizing me. Also listening to these calls too. Sometimes I'll sit on my my phone, you know, or I'm walking and I'll listen to the calls over again and see something I missed, you know, or something that will make me. Oh, is that too loud? Do you guys hear that?
Nah,
but I'll listen to the calls and just see if there's something I missed or some key point Nigel said. I'm like, damn, bro. I'm like, I know what he's talking about, and it sparks it. It puts a spark. You know what I mean?
It clicks.
Yeah, like for real. Like, damn, dude, it's really like that. You know, like he's saying shit like that would spark some kind of memories. Like, you know, back in the 90s, you know, this has happened. You know, when they were fighting. You know, whatever, something happens, and I'm like trying to think of the time era of back then when something was going down at that time when I was a little kid or something. Like, you know, I remember that. One of the things I remember when he said something like that, you know, how about like the gaslighting campaigns and stuff like that, this has been going on since the 90s. Remember when I was talking about my father, how he would say, can you go get this out of the cupboard or so-and-so and so, and I can't find it, and it's not even in there, you know? Like shit like that, you know what I mean? It clicks. It brings things into perspective of what was going on the entire time, and just like, all right, now I know I'm prepared to understand what he's going to say next time I talk to him, like how he's operating. He's always probably been like this, you know what I mean? Yeah.
How's it going along with you as far as your plan, man? When you say you want to try to save and stuff like that, is that good?
I'm just gonna really have to take it in little, like, you know how like when you say just regular steps, it's got to be way more than baby steps. It has to be way more than baby steps. Like it has to be like 1 foot and then the next foot up, then the next foot on the same stair. You know what I mean? I can't just step. You know. It's literally going to have to be like that, and I'm going to have to learn some patience. Because, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I've kind of struggled as a kid being patient with shit. I mean, who isn't, you know, as a kid, you know, or a teenager or a young adult? And I learned to be patient. And I was patient for years. I'm talking about years. Nothing can stop me, you know? And then now it's like I've lost it because of this program. I mean, and I know you can agree at this time with me, you know, like, because the same thing's probably happened with you too as well. You know, it's warrior patience, depending on how much you could take, you know. And I just gotta be very patient, and it might just be a year from now, man. But I know that company out there, it's always going to be around, you know what I mean? And it pays, I would say about $4 or $5 more over minimum wage, you know? And if I get out there and if I have a car, I'm set. I don't have to really worry about anything, you know?
Right.
How about you, man? You got any plans for the future with all this stuff going on?
I do. But that's not stuff that I'm going to speak on right now.
Right.
It's still in the works, so, you know what I mean? And that stuff I'm not going to put on the record.
Yeah.
Privately on a call with you guys, you know what I'm saying? And share that with you guys and shit, you know? But I definitely have, man, because,
Hello?
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Did you hear anything I said before that?
No.
I was saying that I do have plans, but I don't want to share them on the call to put them on the record, that I would share them with you guys individually on a call or shit privately and stuff like that. I do have.
Okay.
Yeah, I do have.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to right now. Live call like that. One thing for sure is that I've learned to readjust certain things as far as my thinking, as far as my situation. Being able to adapt to things is a lot more easier because of this program. I'm not going to front, like, there's things that have made me that much more, you know, focused and more like patient forcefully. You know what I mean? Because you got to develop that shit. If you don't develop your patience with this shit, like,
anything will get you to fucking slip into the cracks of the system again, which is where they want to try to bring you back into. They want to get you arrested. They want to try to get you locked up somewhere, psychiatric ward or in the jail or, you know, something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, I know exactly.
One way or another. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I know what you mean, because there's some situations where I just bite my tongue and just pick a spot and start singing a song in my head that just makes fun of these people, or just make a little song about it in my head about them, you know? Just some little stupid song to just make fun of them in my head, you know? That's funny as hell, but it works. So it passes, you know? I mean, this shit's crazy. Like, I don't know, man. Like, the whole situation out here, too, and I was just mentioning about, like, the homeless problem. It's not a homeless problem. It's a rent problem and all this kind of stuff. Like, I mean, I was literally just, it just made me mention this right now because I'm walking under, you know, the bridge, and there's hella homeless people just camped out underneath there, bro. I mean, and I know some of them are smart and intelligent. It's just they've lost their will to live because they don't want to be around these people, you know? Like that movie Demolition Man, the people that live, like the mole people, you know? They don't like them, you know? And it's not their fault, really, that they're like that. Not a lot of them. It's just society has just became so overbearing for them to function in it that they can't live in it. They want to just be patient. A lot of them are introverts. They don't want to talk. You know, they just want they want to just be, you know, relaxed. You know, and here you got to have like I have to say, I mean, a good paying job, or find someone you know that will rent hella cheap to you. You know, and that's hard to find. You know, and not many people have that, and they don't have the patience to be homeless and work at the same time. You know?
Yeah, that's got to be difficult,
man.
To balance both.
I mean, like, I'm kind of blessed that I work at night, so I can sleep during the day on the trolley because there's cameras. I purposely sit in front of a camera. So if someone takes my shit or fucks with me, they hit me first, I'm gonna knock them the fuck out or yell at them and let them know. And it's on the camera, you know. They can't do nothing.
That's a smart move on your behalf.
Yeah. If I was out here working a day job, I wouldn't even get any sleep at night. I know someone's gonna, you know, do something, you know, or not even just do something, just try to steal my shit. That's mostly what they try to do. You know, you get harassed and you won't sleep. You know, just take a NyQuil, just pass out on that trolley, and that's it, man. And other than that,
I heard in your past videos where you've been trying to fall asleep on a trolley or something like that, and you have woken up to motherfuckers purposely talking loud around you or knocking and shit, and then you wake up and you start recording those motherfuckers and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Shit's fucked up.
These motherfuckers they know what they're doing. They want to strip you of your liberties and essential needs that you need to survive. You need sleep. You need it. You can't. That's why you see a lot of these people who I think were ex-targets, or they are targets and they still just don't know what the hell is going on, you know, because they don't watch the internet or do any of that shit. They probably they get hooked on meth because it keeps them up, you know, and aware, you know, that shit. You know, it's like World War II when they give them meth and shit and they're aware and they're up and they're like super soldiers. That's why they take it out here. It's crazy. That's why, like, a lot of people do that shit. It's a popular drug out here. People are fucking scared of, like, get fucked with. Or crack, you know.
Right.
Damn, bro.
Man, I don't know you're still with it. Do that?
think that probably fell asleep or something.
Yeah, no worries. Give me a second real quick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pop into the store real quick and get me an energy drink.
All right.
What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take time to
shut the court. It's 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, my time over here in New York City, East Coast time, which West Coast time, I believe is 6:30, 4 p.m. Pacific time. It's been a decent call, you know. Shout out to Nigel Nicholson for those articles he read and shared with us. They will be going in the description box. Shout out to Night of Thunder for his input as well. You know what I'm saying? Will be joining us tomorrow on another call. Shout out to Raw True 7 for his input tonight as well. And shout out to Nappy at Roots, who was on the call with us, but he may still be on the call, but he probably fell asleep. It's not a problem, Nappy. You already know how we do. You know, it's all good. Oh, there you go. Yo, what up, man? I'm about to shut the call down, man. You know, we do a private call after this. If you want to say what you made, you know, you're more than welcome to. Or if you want to just chill for a while, I understand, man. It's not a problem. All right, Nat?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you gonna do, man? You gonna take a nap and then probably do a live stream later?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I guess I'll see you in the live stream.
Okay. All right. I'll be joining you for a while, man, on your live stream too. Once you do it, man, I'll be there for a minute. You already know how I do. I'll just be there for a little while, man. With you in the beginning.
Good. So.
All right, Nat.
All right, bro.
Shout out to you. Thanks for coming on the call. Either way, man. Always appreciate you, man.
Likewise, bro.
No doubt. All right, yo. So yeah, tonight we did it was a decent call, man. I'm happy with it, man. I'm more than happy that we caught that shit earlier on the call with these motherfuckers playing games. It's on the record for y'all to hear for yourself. See that we're not fucking making shit up or bullshit. But it is what it is. We're gonna continue doing what we do. And the squad is always going to stay strong. They ain't dividing anything. They ain't dividing and conquering anything. You know what I'm saying? We're going strong. They can keep bringing it if they want. It's not going to work. All right, y'all. This is RTTI in New York City. Signing out to the next one, y'all.
The day of the Geechee is gone, boy.